What's going on, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the main channel with the flanks and everything. I hope you guys have been enjoying. If you guys can, man, we got 60-something%. I don't know. Vals was just telling me we got like 60-something% of people aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel that are watching the flanks and stuff. So it'll mean a lot to us if you guys hit that sub button. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Pat and Chris were a little fucking crazy today. So, you know, these guys are all over the place, man. We had Zinni come on. We had Alley come on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. We'll have another one for you guys tomorrow. So thank you guys for supporting. And as always, man, ZooMAFIA to the moon. I fucking love you guys so much. And just thank you guys for everything, man. Have a nice one, man. Have a good one. Peace out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. Feels good to be back. I'm joined by the multi-champion, two-time world champion, a staple to the Call of Duty scene. Give it up to Patrick Price, aka Aches, and another world champion. On my other side, another multi-champion, another staple to the Call of Duty scene. Please welcome Chris Duarte, aka Parasite. Gentlemen, how we feeling today, man?
Feeling great, Tom. You know, it's a Friday, which is always great.
Love a nice Friday.
Yeah, but we had some good games today. Some interesting games, some reverse sweeps, which are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most importantly, you know, insider sessions today for X Defiant was just
bro. How's it going,
man? It's going great. You know, Tom, when I started on this journey, you know, about 9 months ago, you know, I had one vision in mind. And that's to be the greatest game designer in the world.
I like that, Pat.
I'm not there yet, but that's my goal, and that's the trajectory I'm on. So.
I like that, bro. Good things take time, Pat. You know, good things take time. You're on the right path now. You just gotta stay on it. You gotta stay on the path and keep that gas pedal down. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Pat?
Yes, sir.
But yes, sir, Chris. How you feeling, bro? You looking good over there, man. You got a lineup? You line up the beard? Cause it's looking fucking good, bro.
I just shaved a little bit, yeah.
Man, it's looking good.
I literally charged my my electric shaver like 2 hours ago. I was like, oh shit, I gotta be on camera. And then I
like that, bro. See, me,
myself, but,
I don't give a fuck. My hair's all fucked up. My beard be going nuts. But every once in a while, I gotta get a trim.
But today was a good day of COD. We saw a lot of new rosters, so that was actually, you know, probably the most exciting part of today.
Yeah, new rosters, new players. And speaking of a new roster, we got a player from the Boston Breach, ladies and gentlemen. You guys all know who it is. It's Anthony Zinni, aka Methods. Tony, Tony boy, what's going on, Tony boy?
Going on, Flank? How we doing?
Hey, long time. It's been a long time, Tony.
Yo, Tony,
it's been
I gotta say something, and it's not like, you know, it's not any shade, anything like that. But I feel like you stopped coming on when you were losing, and you only come on when you win. What's up with that?
It's understandable.
It's kind of expected.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really do anything when I'm losing. I said I just stare at the wall, listen to Marvin's Room, and that's it.
Damn, Marvin's Room.
Whoa, wait, are you a new fan of the new Drake album?
Wait, I actually like it a lot. I know.
I like it too. I like it too.
I think it's like there's 4 really good songs where I.
What's your favorite song? You know, hey, no, come on, Zin.
Green, Massive.
Okay,
Jimmy Cooks.
This is Jimmy Cooks, Massive, and Sticky, bro. Those are the top 3.
That album is fucking trash.
Damn, bro. Damn. My bad, Drake.
It's gonna grow on people. I think it's gonna grow on people, bro.
No.
Freaking out. It'll grow on people. Watch.
Listen, bro. They got.
If I wanted to listen to house music, I'd listen to house music.
No, listen, Duarte, hear me out, right? You're laying by a pool, right? It's like a Saturday. You're chilling, speakers on, 3 p.m., couple cocktails. Massive comes on, you're fucking moving, dude.
Yeah, you're moving for sure, bro. You're moving for sure. Listen, it's one of those albums, man. Listen, that shit's gonna be popping in the clubs in Norway and shit, bro. You know?
Norway.
Yeah, bro. They listen to different type of music over there, man. I'm telling you. Bro. I saw somebody, bro. I was on, bro. Listen, in other countries, that album's gonna hit, baby. That album's gonna hit. I'm serious though. Other countries listen to their music is different. I don't know. Like if you go, like if you ever go to a club in Italy or a club in Norway, like I've been in Germany, like I've been to different places. They listen to different music, you know. They listen to and I feel like it had more of like it had a different vibe to hit this album. Like I felt like it had a vibe where it would be a lot popular in a different country. But listen, forget about that shit, bro. Let's hop into some COD. Tony, thank you for joining on. or joining up. It's a pleasure, always a pleasure to have you on the show. And thank you to everybody who's in the chat who's joined up, ready to get things started. But let's switch on over and get this show in a row. We're kicking things off. We got the New York Subliners going up against the brand new Florida Mutineers on a Tuscan Hardpoint, Desert Siege S&D, Tuscan Control, Berlin Hardpoint, Boat Cage S&D. Before we get into the teams, Chris, Pat, and even Zinni, anything in the vetoes, anything at all?
It's pretty expected for me. I think both teams kind of vetoed what maps I expected them to veto. I don't think there was anything really, out of the ordinary. I thought this was going to be a bloodbath, to be honest.
Yeah. But, what about you, Pat?
Yeah.
Tom, they got rid of their most aggressive player.
Oh, man.
And their least aggressive player.
We're getting right into it, eh?
And they're playing sub-maps against Hydra and the Bulldog?
Yeah, they're not thinking.
Right?
They're not. I don't think they're thinking right, Pat. I don't think they're thinking right.
They're not thinking right. And listen, hey, first map, I know 2 Real started out hot, but I was in the chat, Tom, earlier when this was happening. Everyone was like at me like, oh, I thought you said 2 Real sucks or whatever. Because I had said that I heard he was getting smoked. Everybody was getting all hyped, Tom, and then after map 1, just crickets.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I actually think 2 Real's a good player, but Florida haven't changed anything. He's still the only sub on the team. He's getting thrown into a system, the same system that Vivid was thrown into, where it's just they have a lot of errors. And listen, bro, I get it. Wake can run a sub. He's a good sub player. Like, I like Big Wake and everything, but he's naturally a flex player in my opinion.
But to be fair, Tom, because I agree with everything you just said, 2 Real did have a negative 36.6 day. Just to lay that out there.
But we also got to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? First day on a pro team, first match ever. Maybe had some jitters, had to get it out the way. He played better today than some other people's fucking debut in the pro league. I'll tell you that.
But I think the problem is still that Florida just loves fucking over their subs, right? Like, I feel bad for 2 Real, right? Because he could be way better than he really is, or than he showed. But again, in this environment, like, they're just so AR heavy. Like, any sub on this team is gonna be throwing up a 0.7, and it's like nothing they can do about it.
And even Major Maniac, like, he's a fantastic player, bro. Even today, he was making plays. Like, he's a really good player.
What they needed.
It's just again, like, the overall system. I just don't think it's gonna work. And bro, I said the same thing about even Boston's team. No offense, Zinni. Vivid looked great today.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna go 11-25 for Vivid. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm for him now.
Yeah, that was a tough first map out of you. We'll get to that series. But Vivid looked good today too. We'll get to that series later. But listen, production, man. These fucking COD League logos that keep popping up, I don't know what was going on with the production today, man. A lot of delays today, a lot of problems on the screen. There's some questionable shit going on. But Chris, what did you think of?
It worked out though.
It did work because yeah. We have Fridays. We have to delay the show usually, so it did work out. It did.
Well, before I touch on what was going on, like just in this match, I know for a fact that 2 Real was their second option. This team wanted to play with ASIM, but ASIM obviously decided against it for personal reasons. That I think he stayed on Twitter, but whatever. Anyways, so this was pretty rushed. I'm not going to say that they might be better with time, but this wasn't their first option, which is very unfortunate for the Florida camp. But in terms of the match, it was pretty close. Like, the maps were pretty close. They were pretty scrappy, regardless of 2 Real, not really playing well. I'm still not a fan of the system. I agree with you guys in that sense, but I'm not totally sold on the fact that this Florida team can't put it together, because we've seen them still, have really competitive performances. I just don't think they're channeling their full performance, and I think 2 Real is probably going to struggle as well throughout the season if this continues.
So obviously ASIM said it was personal reasons, which I'm sure it was, but like, in hindsight, honestly, like, he probably made. All right, I'll state this. I didn't think he made the right decision. But, like, when looking at this, if he knew that the roster was going to be him, Major Maniac, Skies, and Awakening, he probably made the fucking right decision, because
he didn't know that was
be in the same boat. So he did know that was going to be the team.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, dude, honestly, if you're a sub player out there and Florida offers you a position and they are set on this 3 AR trio, right? The mentality that they have. You should decline them. I don't care who you are, bro. Anyone. You are going to be set up for failure, bro. Like, there's no sub out there that is going to come into this team and be set up for success.
With the way things look, yeah. But I was told, because I talked to someone on the Florida team a bit, and they basically said with ASIM, they looked really good in their practice. They said, quote unquote, this was probably the most productive days of practice we've had when they ran with ASIM, and they were beating, a team that I won't mention that was pretty good, pretty consistently playing really well. So
no one baits in tryouts, Chris. No one baits in tryouts.
I mean, yeah, but regardless, they were playing well, and I think I have a lot more faith in ASIM turning around a team more so than kind of an unknown and too real. But like I said, I mean, I still honestly agree with you guys. Like I think that them getting rid of Vivid was a terrible idea, but them getting rid of Vivid was not because of his skill. It was more so like personal things. I won't say any further because I don't want to leak anything that they might have said, but that's pretty much it. It wasn't to do with necessarily just gameplay.
Which could happen. It happens a lot with a lot of teams, right? If people aren't getting along or there's problems going on, teams are going to make a decision around it, but it's just where their head was at with the roster change. I mean, if you're getting rid of Vivid, I'm thinking they're just going to bring in another fast sub, which they did. But then that fourth, right? I love Mike, dude. I fucking love Mike. I think Mike is incredible, but he's just not. He's not what
this team.
Bro, if anything, you keep Mike and get rid of somebody else. I just feel like you know what I'm saying. You need to have two main subs and you need another sub to back up two real.
Vivid and ASIM, they'd be gross.
Yeah, Vivid and ASIM. Yep, Vivid and ASIM. Like I said,
I will agree with you guys on that front. But at the end of the day, when they had Dave. Dave's pacing was just so dog shit that and he wasn't putting up good stats that it made them suffer. And I don't think that Vivid necessarily was a big reason why they were failing in that aspect. But now you got Major Maniac, who obviously I think he was playing a lot better than Dave did, but you have another person struggling. And I don't necessarily think it's completely all because of the system that they have, although I do agree it's not ideal. They still were very competitive when Vivid was not putting up good stats, and neither was Dave. So they have this very aggressive system in their gameplay where stats don't matter to a degree as long as they're all playing at the same pace. I don't know. I'm interested to see how
you don't think there's a pace. You don't think there's a pacing issue, Chris? Even with this roster, you don't think there's a pacing issue?
I don't know. Not necessarily, dude. I think Major Maniac is going to play better than Dave and put up better statistics and more aggression.
For sure. That's only one part of the issue.
Yeah. That's only one part of the issue. But I think Too Real is just not as good as someone like Vivid. He's not as good as someone like ASIM. He's got a lot of work to put in to become that good. If he wants to be there, but
he could. The pace that Vivid played at was annoying to play against. He was super annoying, which I think elevated this Florida team to kind of play the style that they want to play. And without that, take stats aside, I don't think Too Real is going to play at that pace and that kind of style that Vivid plays. I think Vivid was one of a kind, right? For what he was, for who he, how he
been
plays.
The most aggressive player in the league for
by far
the last couple of years.
So to me, I mean, I don't know. I think them letting him go, I don't care what the personal issues were. That was a mistake. They just bluffed Boston for no reason.
I'll take him.
I mean, regardless, it's just unfortunate, man. They had their disagreements. They disagreed on certain things, obviously, and they didn't get their first option, which is, in my opinion, worse than anything. It sucks for them. They kind of just had to make do because I'm assuming they banked on getting someone like ASIM. And obviously ASIM's doing something that was good for him. But in essence, he almost screws them over, right? Because they're like, okay, we're going to get rid of Vivid. We have ASIM. We want ASIM. Things go well with ASIM. Fuck, he's not joining. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, you can't really fault him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, Chris. There's contract negotiations and this and that and this and that. I mean, you also got to take account maybe Florida fumbled the bag. It goes both ways.
I don't want to say what it is, but yeah.
I think roster changes overall. I think too many people from the outside looking in look at it oh, he was their best player. He was doing this. And I mean, the reality is no one actually knows what's going on. Using our roster, I'm not going to talk too much.
What do you
mean
our roster
by as an example, right? I feel like there was no right choice to be made, right? No matter who got benched on our team, everybody would have been oh, but he did this, this, and this. Sometimes you just need a change, and a lot goes into it.
I don't think anybody would have been like that on your team, to be honest with you, Zen.
No, there's a
That's
lot
not
of
right.
people.
That's not right at all.
That's not even disrespectful. I just feel like none of them, like you could have benched any one of them and it would have made sense.
There's always people though, like even on social media or Reddit and stuff like that. They're like, "Oh, dude, I can't believe they benched Cap." Where if they would have benched Nero, they'd be, "I can't believe they benched Nero." If they would have benched
Nero's
I mean,
disgusting, dude.
It's
You're talking about
always
NPCs though.
It's
like,
always
okay,
but it's always
Cap
it's
is
always going to be
disgusting
like
too.
that.
Like it's not.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's never. Oh, this guy isn't a pro caliber starting roster player. It's like, well, things aren't going well. We need to change our system. Cap is 1,000,000% a starting caliber pro league player. Him being benched does not mean anything but.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this scenario,
you've been
it happened to be
listening to
him.
Crim6 interviews too much, where it's like, yo, you gotta gas all your teammates even after you drop them so they can get traded to another team.
Nah, I mean that's obviously troll, Pat. But
Castro's a good player, dude. He's not a bad player.
I think it's been obvious since like I think last year. Where no offense, I think a lot of the players since the MW, the start of the original CDL, a lot of like the old players that I feel like weren't as good kind of started to get weeded out, and we started to kind of see. Granted, yeah, Call of Duty titles have gotten easier. Blah blah. We don't have to talk about that stuff. There's way more talent in the league now. Where I think a lot of it just comes down to your environment. You see a lot of players that struggle on certain teams elevate to a different level on other teams. You seen it with Vivid just now. Like Vivid was playing statistically not very good. He had good engagements, but he wasn't slaying out. He wasn't performing up to his standards. He goes onto this Boston team, which we'll talk about very soon here, and he was absolutely frying in that series.
Yeah,
so like that's just it's just a case of environment for most people nowadays. In my
Listen, let's get back to this series. And Crim was getting
got horked on this first map. I mean, this first map. I mean, we were in a conversation, so I didn't want to talk over you guys. But the first map, Florida did chain a couple hills. They changed the second P3, chained the second P4, and they built to a good lead. And then New York brought it all the way back. And it went all the way down to that last P1 where ultimately Florida was able to clutch up. But Porter definitely had a rough map. He brought it back though, Pat.
I think New York said that they didn't get a warm up, or Crim didn't get a warm up or something. His PC was having an issue. I think Kismet said that.
Oh, I don't know, but Jesus, he was struggling for sure early on. But New York, they made it a map. They brought it all the way back. I think some guys from the Florida team started to slow down a little bit. Too Real being one of them, Pat. You had already mentioned that, but you know, Florida, thank God, were able to clutch up this map one because they had a really hefty lead after they changed a couple hills after that second rotation, and they were able to clutch up at the very end. And then we get into the next map. We get into a Siege S&D. I heard Too Real was actually a good player in S&D. I thought he was going to get really aggressive on this map, but this is kind of where New York just started to take over the series once we got into this one. And we also ran into some problems as well, so the timestamps might get a little tricky on this one. A few lag outs or so. I don't know what was going on with the production. Did you guys know what was going on in the production today? What was happening?
Typical Len.
Yeah, typical Len in the chat. I mean, get a Len going in the chat, but
Wait, Tom, who told you that about Too Real?
What, that he was a good S&D player? Well, he used to play on the Stallions, Pat, and he was really good.
Was that the like Stallions was that the original Stallions or like the
original Stallions? The original Stallions. He was on the original team, and then he ended up eventually the Stallions. They wanted to drop him. They ended up dropping Too Real and picking up Mind. And I obviously had nothing. I had nothing to do with that. I mean, they just all.
Too Real's team also won Challenger.
And then Too Real, and then Too Real went to another team, and then Too Real won the recent Challengers event. Then Too Real went and just won an event. Well, a Challengers event. You take that whatever you want to take it, but yeah. And then I think is that what gave him the spotlight, Chris? Is that why Florida ended up going with Too Real? Like, what was Florida's decision on? Why was Too Real the one?
It's just gotta be like time and place. It's like Too Real won the Challenger event. He was playing with Clay. He's getting a lot of spotlight, and they need a sub player, and they need somebody quick.
Pick up Brack so they could get another AR in there.
Yeah, I think. It's
bro.
Just, I was talking about it before, but getting picked up in Challengers nowadays is like time and place, dude. Like you show up at the right time, you got the right eyes looking at you. Like you almost guarantee yourself a contract.
Hold on. Can we talk about this? Because Tom, I know we talked about it before. What the fuck is the point of subs?
Subs, like substitute players?
Yeah.
Oh, there is no fucking point. There is no point.
On that bench for a year.
Nah, a substitute means nothing. A substitute actually means nothing, bro.
They go through multiple options of the sub players they want, but they don't even they don't even try to play with the guy they already signed.
Why though?
They just got fucking slammed.
They trialed. They didn't like playing with you.
Bro, the thing is, people trial all the time, but like. Y'all know players almost have their mind made up before those trials even begin.
Yeah, 100%. 1,000,000%.
What they don't want to do. So like, bro, I'm not taking a trial serious if like they're not even trying. Like same thing with the New York trials. Like, they already knew what they wanted to do.
This is so pointless. Like, yeah, granted, they might know what they want to do. They still go through the trials. It's like, regardless, even if you were to look at the tangible, outcome, if you trial with someone and you don't play well with them, or they don't play well, maybe
I don't even care about
what
that.
are you supposed to do?
I don't even care about that. Scenario. I'm talking about every team that's made a roster change this year hasn't even tried to play with their sub. Optic got Prolude. What the fuck other teams?
Yeah. Well, Optic played with General. Optic did play with General.
Yeah, but then they decided to drop and play with Prolude right away.
Because they might have just...
I guess Spart's the only one, but they benched him and then brought him back and then benched him. And
I feel like we're not like... I don't know. Like, I feel like we're sort of not realizing how good NYSL is, though. It's like, yeah, Florida maybe didn't make, like, the best changes in everybody's opinion, but...
New York is a good team. Yeah, New York is a good team.
We've been said New York. We've been said New York. New York's failures isn't a product of them as a team. It's a product of the organization, decision making, and the coaching staff. Whoever the hell was making the decisions is the reason why they're in that hole. It's not this team. This team is fantastic on paper. They've performed well, at least in everything online. They played well at the Pro-Am. They have been playing like shit at the majors, and it's very unfortunate, but like on paper this team is good. Like we like talking about them was almost just like, yeah, we know. Like we already know.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a really good team.
I'm just pissed at Florida, bro. That's literally all this series comes down to me, is I'm literally just mind blown that they won't do what the community and every player is begging them to do.
He says that they played.
I kind of like that they're not listening to community, though. I mean, I don't want franchise.
Don't listen to a community. Listen to other players.
Well, yeah.
In the right mind that this AR strategy, when every other team has dominant subs, is the way to go.
Yeah, I would hope that franchise teams aren't just listening to, for instance, the show or Reddit or Twitter and just making decisions based on that shit.
No, they do.
I know people do that, which is like, that's, I mean, in some case scenarios it might line up, right? Like, so we might be spitting facts on the show, right? And they might agree.
I think Reddit is definitely questionable. No offense to Reddit, but like, come on.
People on Reddit, bro, there's so many different opinions on Reddit. There's good eggs, bad eggs. You don't know. There's so many things. Today Reddit was unreal, bro. I mean, when Optic lost, forget it. You can't even go on Reddit. You can't even go on that shit, bro. Super toxic today.
No, not everyone is a complete fool just because they use Reddit. Like, there's good eggs. I use Reddit every day, bro. I'm Reddit reading every day. I post all the Q&As on Reddit. I like Reddit. I like it. I enjoy using Reddit. Just sometimes it's,
I like Reddit when I'm playing well.
Yeah, you like Reddit when you're playing well. Zinni got roasted today.
The official NPC platform.
No.
Zinni got roasted today on Reddit. No, didn't you, Zinni?
And it's deserved. And listen, I'm always fine if I get shit on. It is a totally fair opinion to say, holy shit, Zen got smoked. My only problem with Reddit is people, like, a lot of the time they take, okay, let's say there's a post, Zen played like ass first map. Okay, cool. Then someone comes in, yeah, and his stream fucking sucks and he's annoying. And then it's like, it's like
they're very judgmental. Yeah, they're very judgmental on Reddit.
Talking about the game, it's that makes sense. But then it's like, oh yeah, and his head's fucking huge. It's like, what the fuck?
they be doing that shit, bro.
Have you seen that?
Hell yeah, if you be saying that. I've never seen the head fucking huge, but I've seen people call you annoying or say your stream sucks. Yeah, dick rot. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
You name it, they have it.
Yeah.
That one's fair. That one's fair, though.
Yeah, thanks. Fuck you.
I got called a bum today on Reddit. I was scrolling through Reddit. I got called a bum. Yeah, he's been having a hat off. He got a haircut.
Wait, Pat, it looks pretty good.
I guess
it's going to be catastrophic.
It's pretty long right now.
But
my hair's just been growing out fast.
Listen, let's get back into the S&D. This is kind of where NYSL kind of rolled away with it. There was a big 4-piece out of Mike, which is really nice, and that was pretty much the only highlight from Florida. You can see Mike trying to do everything he can, but 2Real and Big Wake really struggling here. New York was just in full control for most of this game. They were able to run away with this one. Even on the defense here, this is the last round. It was Porter who ends up finding a big nade onto 2Real. They're going to get some numbers, and NYSL, they're going to take some routes and close this one out. Porter ends up finding a couple kills here, just laying some bullets down into people. Really comfortable S&D win for the New York boys. I think this kind of gave them that momentum and that confidence going into the next couple maps.
As soon as New York won the first map, I pretty much assumed the series was over.
Well, New York lost the first map. New York,
I'm sorry.
You meant Florida?
I'm saying as soon as we went to the S&D, like just in general, that I pretty much knew like this series is probably going to go into to New York's favor because one, they're not very good at search. Like they haven't been good at very search. So like going into the rest of the series, I felt pretty comfortable about them. But in general, like Florida wasn't going to win the search. They can't. They literally, it's a new team with limited S&D. Like they probably barely played S&D, if at all, like with their new team.
So, and this is do or die for New York, right? Like they have to have a near flawless, if not flawless, major to even make.
I think they could do it, bro. I think they can do it.
Possible.
I think they can do it, man.
They do have a pretty strong schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah, like these series against like Florida, I think these are no brainers for them. This is like where Krim, I feel like, thrives the most, right? Like we love to give Krim shit, but like in these moments where like it's literally shut up or nut up or shut up, like he's gonna come through 9 times out of 10. So obviously it's a hard road, but I mean I do have faith in them to at least make a run that's has some faith for their franchise.
Well, listen, let's get into the Tuscan control. It was all defense wins in this one. Nobody was able to capitalize on an offense, but this is a round where I thought New York should have won the offense. Paco, man, the hard carry for the New York subliners, man. Even the players we gas up every day sometimes make mistakes like this. Paco needs to stack here, bro. Just jump onto the point. Just slide onto that bitch. You win the game. It's already at 2.5, more than a half ticks. You jump in that point. This is GG. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what you guys think, but Paco ends up playing for kills here, and then they end up not getting it. You can see just by a little sliver, they're not able to cap the point. And they end up losing this round. Florida's able to D-tick that last third tick, and they're able to hold off New York and send this into an overtime, which New York ultimately ends up going on to win it. They get the defense because of the ticks and everything. But just the stacks, right? I feel like little things like that, again, just we're seeing the same mistakes that we were talking about the first month of the game. And we're still seeing them now. And, mistakes are going to come. They're always going to be there, especially in the heat of the moment of the game. But a stack would have been good right there. Good plays. And then New York also invests the glide. They start investing glide bombs. And honestly, I like the investment in the glide, but it just kind of fell apart. They lost fights, and it just didn't work. But all defensive wins in his control. Kind of a snooze. That was really the only thing I saw. For me, I feel like New York just outclassed Florida. I felt like they were just the better team. They just seemed like the more talented team. It just seems like Florida couldn't keep up with them. It was a close game. It was close matches, but I definitely felt like you know what I think with New York, I really wish that they made this team earlier. They just wasted too much time.
This is the problem with this whole franchise all year, was not making
the trials.
So
got rid of
obvious.
Neptune royalty. Then Neptune comes back. Then they get rid of Neptune. They're doing too much stupid shit. They know what the problem is. They know what they should have done early, and they took too long to do it.
Yeah, they just had to separate.
They acted like
they had to separate Crim and Clay and get rid of Neptune. That was all they had to do.
Yeah.
And it didn't even matter, bro. Honestly, it didn't even matter which one stayed on the team. Like, you could put Crim on the team, you put Clay on the team. It didn't even matter. You just had to flip a fucking coin. They just had to do something a lot earlier.
Clay's tearing it up in challengers. He's disgusting.
Yeah, he's been looking really good in challengers. You watch him and you could just tell he's just, he's Clay.
He's a 3-time world champion.
In challengers,
playing in the league below the league.
Yeah, which is crazy, bro. Crazy. And it's so crazy too how Neptune is the one that has the best chance of going to champs now. Neptune, after all the drama that happened in the beginning of the year, Neptune is, Neptune now, he's the one that might be going.
I think they have the best chance, but I don't think LAG's gonna make
that's
chance.
what I said. He has the best chance of getting to champs now.
It wouldn't surprise me if not a single player on NYSL like cycle makes it, right? Like NYSL out, LAG out, Clay obviously not able to get on another team, like all of them out.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean another cycle? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like everyone that went through that LA or that New York camp, like all the players. It wouldn't be surprised me if none of them made it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't think royalty's going.
That's not right. It's not right at all. What the hell is
He's not on a roster. What do you? Come on, that was a good joke.
It was funny. That was funny.
He's not on a roster.
That was funny. That was funny. Tony, I'll give you that one. I still don't understand that pickup royalty. I still don't get it.
Guaranteed either, man. I'm not.
No, he's good, man.
He is good.
They still had Clay. Like, what do you mean?
Hold on, I had to go on, bro. I don't care how good royalty is, dude. What they said was the most disrespectful shit. They wanted somebody who was gonna be good on land. That was their logic for picking up royalty.
Because he has experience. They had to say something. They had to get rid of both of them. They had to get rid of 2 people.
No, they got rid of Neptune.
Yes, they had to get rid. Yes, only one person, but we know that shit did not matter.
Yeah, well, that was literally the most irrelevant. We're gonna get rid of Neptune, add royalty because we need someone who's gonna be good on land.
What I'm saying though is don't give Matt shit.
Like, bro, they might as well pick me up for that weekend. Like, what the fuck?
Well, take a look at the final score. It was Paul and Hydra at the top, slaying out. Even Kismet and Porter were doing their things just like that. And New York are able to win. All defensive wins. They win it in the overtime. Good plays coming out of New York. And then we get into the last one, man. We get into a map number 3. It's a Berlin hardpoint. Let's hop on in. Over on the other side of Florida, too. Mike had a rough one in this game. Honestly, everybody negative except for Big Wake, man. He was the only one, trying to get something going. But unfortunately for him, what the fuck was that? Unfortunately for him, it was not looking good. Yeah, somebody's slurping away, bro. Or excuse me, map 4. Let's get into the map 4. It's a Berlin hardpoint. Nothing too crazy in this one. New York just smoked the fuck out of them. New York dominate the first half of these hardpoints. Florida was able to make it a little bit of a game, but I mean, this was just New York the whole way through. And again, just for me, it was the slaying power in this one, man. I just feel like Hydra's all over the map. Kismet, Paul X is so good, bro. I can't believe this guy wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning of the year,
he got on London and they let him.
No, I'm saying when it went French, when we were going into Vanguard after Paul X's Cold War season, I was mind blown that no franchise team wanted him. I mean, he just didn't like the start of this year. He was not on team.
He was on the Demon Cats, and then the Demon Cats didn't happen.
Oh yeah, the DC team, like the Washington DC team.
The Washington Demon Cats dropped him though. No,
yeah, they didn't.
No, not. I mean,
that's what I heard. I heard that the Washington Demon Cats dropped him to ensure that there was only one AR player on the team to solidify a roster position. What do you think about that? The rumor of the Demon Cats. Sorry.
I mean.
Paul X says he was on.
The Demon Cats ended up with 3 subs after that.
So Paul X in chat said that he was on California ping on a 144 hertz modder every single map getting fried.
Listen, there are so many players who should not be in challengers or like just. There are so many players that deserve to be in the league. The fact, I say this, I swear to God, every single show. The fact that the norm was 16 teams for how many years, and now we only have 12, is the main problem. I hate to fucking say it every show, but we need more fucking teams.
Man, I don't think we're gonna get them. I don't think we're gonna fucking get them, bro.
We don't even have 12 anymore, bro. We only got 11 standings.
Yeah. Hold on, New York trolling here, Paul. What the fuck were you guys doing? Why is nobody looking at street? Look at this. The hell just pops. Nobody's looking at street. Paul gets fucking like, what are the comms here, Paul? What are the comms here? And then you go, oh shit, they're in the back.
I could picture Paul. He's just like, amen.
You know what I'm saying? Like Paul, what are the comms? Like that was the one thing I had on my notebook. What the fuck was New York doing here? But this is after this, New York, they continue to run away with it. Florida gets some time here, and then in New York, they continue to just chain heels. He saw 4 people and ran no way. But we got the bulldog in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Kismet? It's an absolute pleasure. But yeah, nothing else to see. Any final thoughts on the series, gentlemen? Any final thoughts at all? Paco's still to go.
Still look as good as expected. They're just in a shitty scenario, and Florida got the shit under the stick with ASIM not being on the team, and then made some questionable decisions.
No. I'm not allowing that excuse. They did not get the shit under the stick. They made the shit decision, bro. Like,
they did it to themselves.
Listen, the one thing I hate about COD, bro, it's time to hold people accountable, man.
Yeah.
They made a shit decision. Period.
I agree with you. I agree with Pat. I feel like you can't rely on ASIM to say yes. You just can't. Like, you can't just drop somebody and just be. They dropped him before they reached out to him.
Bro, even if he said yes, ASIM Major Maniac, same problem.
Same thing. Yeah. They're not changing anything. They're not. And maybe that was something that was going through ASIM's head when they asked him to join. I have no idea, but
No, I thought it would be ASIM and Vivid. That's why I said ASIM was fried if he's not taking that spot, because him, Vivid, Skies Awake, they would probably be pretty gross. But if he knew it was Wake, Skies, Major Maniac, and him, then yeah, I'm passing on that too.
Well, let's go into the New York listening. Let's see how the boys are calm and close out this map and close out the series.
I'll get it. Stay left.
I'm laying down
pinch is open. Pinch is open. You had to watch our pinch.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yo, back alley weak, Dave. I'm looking. No one's fishing fire. All right, I hear. Two back alley.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, no. Yo, one's going outer steps, one's pushing up.
Watch Matter.
There's one could be there. One could be glass.
I'm watching other.
No, not our back alley. He's not pinching.
He's nice.
One more pushing in front. He could be glass.
I gotta reload.
He's back alley.
He's not glass.
Yo, watch back alley, bro. Pinch
Yeah, I'm
middle,
looking at
dead.
it. I got it. He's back to glass weak, guys. He's back door. Watch your back door.
Okay.
Side door. I got one.
One more. I'm trusting.
He didn't come back to me. He did not come back to me. I'm watching back door. Back door.
I'm trusting.
He's flanking near red. Nice.
One. Black door.
Weak Mike in red. All right, rotate.
Yeah. Oh, zooming somewhere.
Yo, he's docks, BS and
Okay, he left. I'm close.
One shot,
Okay, I'm just hiding close, man.
That's gonna do it for the listen. They sound good, man. I love Paco's comms. I just love listening to New York, listening strictly because of Paco. I just feel like his English to when he first came to New York until now is fucking incredible, dude. Like he couldn't even put a sentence together when he first came here. And I'm serious, and that's no disrespect. I respect him so much for the fact that he left family, he left everything to come here, not barely knowing any English, and he took time to learn the language and solidify himself as like one of the best players in the game, like one of the best, right? Like I think Hodges definitely solidified himself
100%
as a top player in this league without question. And let's listen to the Florida Mutineers. They obviously have a new team with Too Real and Major Maniac. Let's see how the comms sound with them. Wherever the fuck. Oh, here it is.
Already reached that.
Sorry, production problems, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the fucking Florida Mutineers listening. Little bit of a shit production over here. Where the fuck is this listening? Let me see over here. Florida listening, 221.11. Hold on, chat. Bear with me here. Boom. Boom. Boom.
I don't know where Hydra is. He could be back warehouse on you. He's open.
Let in the chat.
Nice. Someone get time.
Ben's fault.
I'll get it. It could be P5 on me. The P4 spawns.
He's hitting no man. He's windows.
That's one deep warehouse. They're all spawning.
Second.
Nice. Four. I'll get God tank.
I'm gonna push.
Front door. I can't go.
Yo, small. He's trying to go.
Went out window. He's street.
He's naded.
Street dead.
One fire tank. Rat dogs.
Can you get that time?
Okay, I got it.
Fire tank dead.
Nice shit.
No, fire. He's second fire.
Working P3
I'm
base.
going to right. He's second fire, like front side, okay?
Yo, one's nerd spot. I think one's nerd.
Yo, he got that nerd.
Okay, so they sound pretty good, and they sound like they were ready to go. But Florida in this one, and this is definitely where New York, they did a much better job holding rotation to this P3. They keep an eye on that back street. You can already see two guys back there. You got Crim6 and Paco holding the back. They're holding the line. They're able to find two. They funnel Florida to the front of this hill, and just like that, New York, they start to pull away in this one. Really good plays. Anything else at all before we go on to the next series, Pat or Chris?
When's the roster lock?
I was wondering the same thing. I was asking my chat, when is it that teams are no longer able to make changes? Like, can they make changes right before champs? Like, how does it work? Like, I don't understand how it works. Somebody said July 7th in the chat.
So what's that? 3 weeks?
Like a couple weeks. Not even.
Listen. Ogre 2,
3 weeks.
Florida social media manager. If you're watching, bro, call me up. I'll do the job for 10 cents on the dollar. And I'll get the team ready for champs. We're gonna make another roster change, but we'll get ready for champs.
Dude, you are fucking nuts, bro. Well, listen, they gotta make champs first. They gotta make champs first, Pat.
I'm trying to make that happen, bro. This team could actually be a really good dark horse at champs, like, and they've been so close for so long. I just feel like they're missing that, that little guy on the shoulders that's like telling you what you should do. They're ignoring that, and I feel like they just need to. They just need to make that call. But
and this was also a bounty match. I mean, you can see Nameless with his little fucking money gun. Look at Nameless shooting his little fucking money gun. Look at this moron. Look. Guy's throwing money around and shit. Got casters on a desk, tossing fucking dollar bills and shit. 3-1 goes to the New York subline. It's just like that. New York, they take the series. Let's take a look at the final scoreboard. Porter getting smoked again, but it's okay because Paco's 28-21, Paulie 23-18. The Bulldog 25-17. I'm sure Porter was doing what he had to do. On the other side, everybody negative. Too Real having everybody but Big Wake and Too Real having a rough map as well. Unlucky for the
Bulldog versus the Chihuahua.
The Bulldog. That's not right, Pat. That's not fucking right, bro.
My bad.
But that's gonna do it for this series. Let's head on over to the next one, Tony. This is where you come in, big guy. Because this is
let's watch the first round.
A little bit
absolutely popping off.
Well, let's go through the vetoes, man. We have Gavitu Hardpoint, Boat Cage S&D, Tuscan Control, Boat Cage Hardpoint, and Berlin S&D. We have the Boston Breeds going up against Optic, Texas, Pat, Chris. I'll let you guys kick it off. Anything at all in the vetoes? Anything?
I was really surprised to see. What did you guys veto? You guys vetoed Tuscan, Tony? Why?
That's Optic's best map. Nah, they're really good at Tuscan, bro.
Don't worry about us, dude.
I feel like vetoing Tuscan was a good play in my personal opinion.
Well, you were banking on.
You pick up Vivid. You play Gavutz.
Yeah, and Vivid popped off. Tony was the one who got shit on.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, bro.
I played
You pick up Vivid, like play some Tuscan.
Get some scrappy on it.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, talk to me a little bit about this first map. What was going wrong with you? What happened in this one? What happened?
Man, I was on Mars, man. I really don't know how else to say it. It's one of those things where this is one of my best maps, and we played this map 100 times, I have to assume I only go 11 and 25 once or twice. And it was today. I hope. I mean,
well, I mean, you've never gone 11 and 25 before? I feel like you have.
Sure. I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's impressive.
That is impressive. You know, definitely. You guys started off pretty hot, Tony. You guys were able to chain a few hills together.
So Ant, what is it? I'm trying to. Oh wait, they already flip us here. No, Ant makes a good play going around ring and pinching top house and flipping us out on P2. We sort of had a nice little trap. They were spawning cliff, and then
you guys get a great break here, though. Great break going into P3. You get the kills ring. You're able to push up front. You can see Shotzi, right? Always trying to be a nuisance and sneak through and making plays, but Vivid's going to catch him slipping. So good plays coming out of him. This is where you guys were able to lock down some time, and you were also able to kind of lock just these Optic guys kind of into these back spawns because you guys were able to change some hills together. Optic was able to get the last 15. They have a little bit of a lead, and then going into the P4 and P5, this is kind of where you guys were able to change some hills, Tony, and get a little bit of a lead. Optic got in there a little bit, but just wasn't enough. You guys were able to take the lead here. And then going into the P5, you guys do a great job working through mid and getting the kills. Nero has been playing great for you guys, Tony.
No, he's unreal.
He is fucking unreal. I feel like he's gotten better. I feel like he's one of those players. Remember, we were talking about inconsistencies, right? With Capsule and Nero and the subs, they need to work on that. There's something about Nero where I feel like he's getting more consistent now. He's starting to... Yeah, he's doing his thing right now. So you can see how you guys are kind of able to break the P5 and chain a couple hills together. Optic kind of get pummeled in this one. Prolu with a little bit of a rough start today. What do you guys think, Pat, Chris, about the whole Illey situation? He comes back into the roster apparently for a day or two. And then I guess maybe something with the hands going wrong, something again, and they end up flying Prolu back.
I mean, you called it, Tom.
I think it was Enable that called it. It could have been Tom too, but you know, Ian basically said like, you know, he thought this was going to be, no offense, but like another like ZooMaa like situation where it's like it's not as simple as just getting it drained and being back, you know, to full form. And so to me, this sounds like something where Illey's most likely going to be out the whole season now. Obviously, don't want that. Want the best for him, but it just kind of how it goes. I think it's something where he's not going to be in the rest of the season. So this is, to me, what the Optic we are going to be looking at for you know, the next event and champ. So obviously it sucks. It's a shitty situation. Sucks for all those guys, but I mean,
I feel bad for him, bro. I just can't help but feel for the guy. And the thing is too is like, I don't know what he has, Pat. I still don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is. I've heard thumb, I've heard wrist, I've heard cyst, I've heard pimple, I've heard infection, skin infection. I don't know what it is. So for me to actually give my opinions on it, I have no idea.
If it's a cyst, and that's the assumption I'm going off as of now, then you obviously know better than anyone for what you went through. But yeah, you know, I think this is, regardless, I think this is something where, you know, champs is only a month and a half away, right? Like that's still not enough time, right? No matter what it is, I feel like, you know, he's not going to be able to be at his full form in that amount of time regardless. So either way, he's kind of,
I think this is the roster we're going to see for champs from Optic.
Yeah. So. Let's go into the listening with the Boston Breach and see how the boys were sounding in this one before we continue this convo.
Anytime.
I actually got to say that out loud, bro. This guy said, love prostate, but we need Ender back. What the fuck? Is that the comment you laughed at, Chris?
Wait.
I saw that.
Let me pause it right there. Excuse me?
Bro, the guy in the chat said, listen, we love prostate, but we need Ender back now.
Boys, autocorrect went crazy.
All right, bro, let me get back into the listening. Let's go.
No, they didn't hit. He's still top out. Tell this guy to tap out together.
I don't see him top ring. Top ring, weak. Gotta go right.
I don't see this guy time.
We can tell.
I didn't see his
Top ring stun.
Push it back to time. Dead.
Top ring.
Hey, our stats. He's laying down.
One shot. Play new.
One shot in time. 132. They're
gonna be close on us. Set us on a 5, okay? Tap out.
Top out.
Shotzi dead.
Shut on top.
One to top house.
Alright, one on streak there.
Get him. He's one shot up here.
Oh, you leaked
You're
on.
alone. I'm pushing right here.
Yeah, we've done this whole map. It's all good.
Brandon was ring.
Listen, we'll cancel the listening here. Tony, you sound good, man. You got a lot of energy. Were you giving extra energy because you were getting shit on in the back of your head? You knew, like, yo, I was getting shit on that bad. Like, let me bring the comms. Let me bring the comms. Like, is that?
Dude, I felt like I was stuck in quicksand, dude. I was just like,
no way, dude.
Like I was just like, I just couldn't move.
You were off the Mayo, bro. Where did Adam kill us lost?
Listen, I was on Mars, dude.
He was off the Mayo.
But listen, this is where Optic start to turn things around, man. Once you get into the listening with Boston, Optic were able to have a really big P3 hold here. And this is kind of where Dashy and Scump just turn up into another level. It was super impressive. Dashy really kicks up. Scump was going off the whole game. He's still doing his thing, man. Seth still going hard, man. Still doing what he does, slaying out. He's double positive right now, 25 and 12, and you could kind of see how he was able to do some of this shit. Boston, they're able to get a pretty good hold here. Go ahead, Pat, go ahead.
To me, that's the reason you don't want to play this Optic team on Gavucci, because like it's the map where Seth pulls out an AR and just kind of kill whores and just goes rogue.
Just can be him. Like pick his spots, work the map.
This team a lot, like to take away the inconsistency of just like how the sub role is sometimes.
Nero went wild here, by the way. Like how he killed that guy, and then like I actually came up with this tweet. Sorry to cut you off, Pat. I came up with the tweet earlier today where I was talking about how like so many players will just get like 3 to 4 kills and then not play their lives. It was that play right there where he kind of like, if you would been paying attention, he would have saw you coming up behind him, Zin, going top boat, and after Nero world stars that guy top green, he kind of just like keeps going forward, and I'm like, he could have made like a game-winning play for you guys by staying alive while you kind of watched over him. And I don't know, it was just random. It ticked me off.
Oh
to
yeah,
watch.
no. Oh yeah, that's what I was stuck in.
This is where Dashy was literally shitting on y'all, bro.
No, I was just stuck in quicksand, dude. I just stood top boat and I refused to leave it. But
you were fine. I'm saying when Nero got that kill top green, if he would have just stayed on the outside in a tradable position, you could have watched over him, stalled for your team with map control, and then you guys would have had boat side of the hill, map control green, and then hill pressure. Instead, you guys end up getting flipped and then pieced by Dashy and end up losing the game. That's what I was trying to say.
You could kind of see how Brucey was able to find some kills, and then Shotzi. You guys let Shotzi make the play. Look, he caught you with your pants down, Tony. Look, he's teasing you, bro.
Yep.
He's teasing you right now. He's just falling. He's not shooting. He's getting close, and this is how Optic were able to do it. Shotzi's going to get the kill. That's going to open up that ramp. That's going to allow Optic to flood on into this site. And just like that, Dashy gets the streaks, calls in the fucking rocket, and bada bing, bada boom, boom. This one's all over. Good place from the Optic boys. Pro Loot with a little bit of a rough one today. Optic fans all over socials, up in arms, talking about Pro Loot all of a sudden. They're going nuts. I guess they're just...
They loved him when he went like 1.6.
They loved him. They loved him. They fucking loved him, Pat. Now they're calling for Optic Scrappy in the chat.
Scoreboard off the screen, dude.
My God, 11 and 25 from Tony.
Oh my God.
Oh man, how the other side?
Seconds of hill time.
I mean, that's nothing.
No, that's good hill time.
Wait, 45 seconds, bro? You had the least on your team. You had the least on your team, bro.
I swear to God, oh, that's good shit, man.
But yeah, good place from Optic. You can see Dashy and Scump having an absolute field day. And then we get into the S&D. Let's hop on in. What's going on, Drag? Oh, we got another special guest that's going to be joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, please welcome Miss Alley Cat. Welcome to the flank, Alley Cat. It's an absolute pleasure.
Hello. I didn't know you were gonna drag me. I was literally watching, and I was like, I'm gonna pop in the second the control comes up. Then I heard you were.
No, I got you. I got you. I dragged you in here. I don't think anybody. This channel's locked. We do that for a reason, so people don't just join in here. But yeah, welcome to the show. What's up? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good. Long day of Call of Duty.
Yeah, long day. A lot of delays. Do you know what was going on with the delays since you're there? What was happening?
So it was the servers. The servers kept getting messed up. The first one, the New York one, they had to do a PC swap, I think, and then the third series was just server shit.
Okay, that makes more sense then. I didn't know what the hell was going on over there. I had no idea what was happening. But yeah, let's get into it, bro. We get into the boat cage S&D. And again, this one was all the way down to around 11. Tony, we got to talk about this 1v1 you were in, bro, because I don't know what was going on with you, bro.
No, it's because we planted the bomb, and the only place you can see it from is like kitchen. Like I can't see it from top barn. I can't see it from top house. I was worried.
A few rounds I want to show you, Tony. A few rounds I have in my hand. I hate my handy dandy notebook. Okay.
What's so funny
You know, first round
so funny.
is this 3-3 round, Tony.
Did you win today? Hold on.
Well, I mean, that's not right. You're getting cooked by Ali. That's not right at all. But Tony, what the fuck was this strat?
What was it? Oh, the river hit?
Yeah, what was the river hit? What was that? You guys like doing? Yeah, well, I guess you guys just kind of got blind counted a little bit. I wasn't really too sure. Who called the river hit? Who called that? I feel like once you guys are tied up at 3, just chill, bro. Just
That's
chill a little
horrible
bit.
strat.
Yeah, I called it.
That's what I put in my notebook too. I said Boston with a horrible strat, 3-3 round. I said, holy shit.
I called it.
And then you could kind of see.
Zed said that definitely wasn't in the playbook.
No way, Zach. No way, Zach.
No, hold on. We have hit river in scrims. Don't shut the fuck up. Look at him all capping in here. Listen, we've hit river before.
No way,
man.
dude. But yeah, you guys end up going down after that, and then you get into the next round. It's the 3-4 round, and this was a great round from you guys. It was Optic. You guys go towards river again. This time it actually works for you guys. You guys ended up doing it coming from the offensive end. And kind of just able to shut down Optic on their hold. You guys work some pretty good trades, and it comes down to Mr. Scumpy. He's not able to get anything going. And then we get into the next one, the 4-4 round. This is a round where I think you guys, unfortunately, you guys go down. Optic worked this round. They kind of slow play it and kind of work for picks a little bit. 3v3 situation. I noticed now that a lot more people are starting to work more towards this B-bomb site. In the beginning, I felt like it was all A. Remember in the beginning of the game, everybody just went A. People just kept hitting A and A and A over and over again.
It was like a guaranteed win if you got it down.
Yeah. Because you can hold it from the spawn.
Hold on,
They also used to be inside the building, like on A.
Yeah, they
like,
changed it. They changed it.
I feel like all the TJ haters were pretty quiet today.
TJ played fantastic today, man. Fantastic. I was going to get there as we got later into the series because he really started to kick up. But TJ played incredible today. He just looked like himself today, Tony. He looked like prime TJ, just like snappy, making the right decisions, shooting laser beams, filling in gaps. He was just making great plays, and you can kind of see how Optic was able to do it here. Go ahead, Pat.
Tony, I can't even lie, bro. I had to check. I just want to see your guys' stats. You threw up the official Dave Patty stat line of 70 and 78.
No, I mean, honestly, I think a 0.9 is impressive given the 11 and 25.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad. A 0.9, not too shabby, bro.
I thought it'd be a 0.6, 0.7.
Yeah, I mean, one time I went 4 and 23, and I ended up with a over a 1.0, but this is not about me.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I have Nero and Vivid on my team. I don't think I really need to be going 100 and 100, no? I mean, obviously, I want more kills.
I just want you to stay out of the 70.
Well, no,
and
hold
70.
on. Hold on. We'll talk about it in the control, but the control, that's the weirdest map I've played in the entire game.
Oh my God.
Look at this spot.
I went 15 and 15. We won 3-0. My teammates.
What the fuck is that?
What is TJ standing on here? Is that an intended line of sight, Tony? Is that intended? I don't know. I think Optic should submit this. Nah, Optic should submit this into the league, bro. This is unacceptable.
He's on top of the truck.
Unintended line of sight.
It just looks like he's blending in with the fucking trees.
Yeah, you can't even see him, bro. You can't even see him. I don't even know how the fuck you could just climb now, even though there was a truck. I don't even see a truck there. I could barely see the truck there. Barely. You know?
Oh, this 5-5's tough.
And then we get into the round 11. This comes down to a 1 versus 1. Big Prolu, a.k.a. Byron, going up against Tony. First, Prolu's going to open it up with a big grenade. So really good plays coming out of Prolu. He's been playing a lot of S&D8s, so probably got those spots down. And it worked for him today. Able to get a big first blood. I really like how Vivid was able to get pushed up here. I think this is a really good spot. Tony, you kind of work off him a little bit, but look at what Reese does here. Bomb starts going down A. Reese is going to hit that tunnel, and he's going to start moving, and look what he does. He's able to find one, catch one slipping. That's going to be Dashy. Dashy goes down. Then he hits a little turn and burn, little U-turn. Skirt. Going to turn around. Vivid switching lanes. He's breaking ankles. They can't keep track of him. He finds 2. Trades go down. Zinni finds 1. And just like that, 1v1 situation. But Tony, you're breaking every fucking door in this building, bro. He can hear it. You know he can hear that, Tony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, I mean, I didn't think he'd take that route.
What route?
Because I got a kill and then I ran down barn steps. So I thought I faked it to where like he'd think I went like back barn. And obviously people think I'm pretty slow. So I figured that he thought that I would just like stay barn. Breaking these doors maybe wasn't the best idea. I was worried that he would just hop bomb here because you can't.
Nah, he just got a kill. He just got a kill and spawn though, Tony. Literally, look, boom, right there. Right as you got your kill, he got his kill and back spawn. So there's no way he could have been on a bomb.
No, but I thought, I mean, right when I looked at it, he could have been on bomb.
The kill cam is long enough that it would have. Whoever died to you definitely would have been able to call that out at some point that you hit that
fucking
route.
awfully, dude.
Yeah, that was interesting. Prolu able to clutch up the 1v1. He's able to shoot you in the back. I think he just heard you breaking down all the doors and was just able to make the right decision. Come around.
The
behind.
reason I was slow there too was because like the bomb wasn't planted directly in the doorway. So like,
Yeah, so you thought he could still be on.
I was.
Because like I was assuming, I'm like, he either can't see the bomb because like in my eyes, if I would have like seen he's not on bomb, I would assume like he's either across the map or he's running at me and like prepare to be like hit, and like I would have been like watching the door. But I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate.
TJ, can somebody get this guy some help? 14-7 for the loss here in the S&D. 14-7. Maron on the other side. Prolu 12-7, 11-9 from Shotzi. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Zin, you're nice, but you might be the worst 1v1 player of all time.
Hold on.
No
The amount of
way.
1v1s I've won this year, and like, if we're talking Black Ops 4, yeah, fuck it. But I've been very clutch this year. 1v2.
But 1v1s though, like specifically just 1v1s, like not 1v2s.
I won a big one versus Florida at now listen, man, I'm not gonna fuck you. I'm not gonna defend myself. I've won a lot of 1v1s.
Nah, you've won ones, bro.
Okay.
You've won ones. Listen, there's nobody better at 1v1s than Attach, bro. Attach is the 1v1.
We gotta
win his ones.
We gotta show love to Prolute that map though. Prolute went
Yeah, he
off
played
that
great.
map and he won multiple 1v1s, including the game winner.
Yep,
Right.
yep.
And all his 1v1s, like I don't know if like they didn't look like they were like lucky in essence. Like he played them all really well, or he had his headset cranked for multiple. But still, regardless, you know, good stuff out of Prolute there in those S&Ds. That's what you kind of want to see out of him. So.
Yeah, and then we get into the Tuscan control, and this is kind of where Boston just take that momentum from Optic and just kind of roll with it. You guys were able to just kind of storm roll through fucking Boston or steamroll through them.
Storm roll.
I always say that
Haven't heard
storm.
that one in a while.
Steamroll through them, and Tony, you guys look good in this map. I felt like Shotzi's underperformed a little bit in this one. Which, you know, sometimes it happens with him. Sometimes I feel like he's just constantly on the go, just running a lot, and he kind of gets caught into like these little cycles. And you guys did a really good job. Allie, I know you wanted to come in for the control. What were your thoughts on this one?
Tom, you can't skip past this first round because this first round is like the most important round of this control. What the fuck?
Explain why. Why is it the most important? Why is it the most important?
They were committing. Okay, so obviously they got the 2 ticks on A at some point, but they were committing so much to getting to that B push, but like none of it was concisive. Like none of them were on the same page, but they kept running at B. And like
a lot of teams do that though.
But nobody was calling out the clock. Like nobody's calling out the live differential. Like the fact that they let it dwindle down to like 10 seconds and like Scump has pushed up P1 and finally they're like, oh crap, we have like 20 seconds to like not blunder this round and still manage to lose it. Like
they
just
trolled
kept
right here because they fucked up the
No.
spawns here. So you can see number 6, Prolu, he's in the back. Scump wins the fight on the point. And then I guess it was Shotzi who was pushing through field. He blocked the spawn, so Boston just kind of spawned right back onto that B point. They spawned in that middle alley, but it's pretty common alley. I feel like for teams to constantly push for B because they know how hard it is to get.
It is, but to do it consistently and keep dying and it not working and not just like regrouping to go and get the A and at least get the ticks for later on in the map, like to literally throw away a round attempting to do that is like the first time I feel like I've seen that.
My issue with it is like every time a guy would run off A to push forward, there's nobody left on A to like follow him up. So like you weren't even like juggling players onto the point. You were just running by it and no one was getting the point to fill in. Like,
Yeah. You have to stop the clock and let people go rogue.
Dude,
you know?
I don't want to be the one to say this, okay? But it is something I think we got to start discussing. Can Shotzi beat ex-teammates? First Crim, now Vivid? I'm starting to see a pattern.
Yes,
I don't know about you
bro.
guys, but I'm starting to see a pattern.
No, if anything, one pattern that it's not really a pattern, but like we talked about this on the show before. Optic, granted, yeah, we already know they don't have Illey, whatever. Everyone's gonna die on this hill with Illey, blah blah. Optic was dominant in control. Whenever they lose series, it's because they lose the control.
Every
they lose the control.
control.
They lose the series. Like they can't keep up this dominant form of control the entire season. You'd think, especially with the game being so 50-50.
They automatically get worse.
See, this is what I wanted to show. This was the troll too. Bro, Boston only has 6 lives, dude. That's it. All you need to do is secure the A point, and they run off of it, right? Seth runs off of it, and then the one guy on point gets naded, and they lose. They lose the round. When it's like, bro, you got the kills, you guys might as well just stack, get this shit real quick, and then you have the life. You're gonna have another minute on the clock, and Boston only has 6 lives left. Like this is GG. That was for me, bro. I felt like this was the most important of the round because I felt like pushing to B, I'll take it. Like I feel like they want to make things mixy, they want to make things hectic. It's really hard to win offense, so they constantly keep pushing off A and trying to flood that B point. But right here, man, when you finally do regroup, like Ali said, like she just wanted them to regroup for once and make a play on today's site, and I agree with everything she said. Right here, they did that, and then they just kind of trolled it. They didn't stack the point, and they let Boston just kind of roll in, throw a Kobe, and just like that, they lose the first round. I thought that would have been that would have been a round win for Optic, in my opinion, if they would have just capped it.
There's 1.8 seconds left on the clock. Like, I'm not trusting one person to sit on the point. Like,
yeah, I agree, bro. There's 1 second. If somebody could just hit you or something and like kill them off the point, and then boom, like you're done. Like I personally would have stacked it and got the kills. But maybe they just got a little overzealous. Maybe I guess that didn't think they were gonna hit the fucking grenades, but they hit the nades and bada bing, bada boom. That one was all over. Optic, they lose the first round. In my opinion, I thought they kind of threw that one away a little bit, but then it was just Boston, man. Boston was getting real mixy. And Boston, they do the opposite. They regroup and get A right off the rip. They get A pretty fast. Instead of pushing off, they just secure the 8 point. They get that extra time, and then they just decide to work B a little bit. And they work through Church a lot. Work through top radio, and Vivid. I feel like this map just fits him so well.
Is this the round where TJ 2-piece nades?
Yes, TJ. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, TJ 2-piece nades you guys off the point here.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah, but you guys do end up clutching up the round, though. You guys do end up clutching up the round. TJ, a little bit unfortunate. Did he nade the hill? Why didn't he nade the point when you guys were on it?
I'm assuming he tried like nading deep, like the back. I don't know.
I don't know. He trolled.
All I know is I was on point, pre-aimed. It's right here.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, I got it. 3 dead. You guys are on the point. TJ's coming off spawn. He throws a fucking haymaker over the buildings.
He throws a Brady.
And boom, that shit hits both of you guys at a dome. You guys go 2 dead, but he does jump the corner, finds 2. So you guys were just draining lives here from Optic. I felt like you guys constantly just kept pushing the base. Vivid kept making plays. Nero was making plays. You got 2 sub players that are running all over the map. Just so much aggression. Optic's lives went down quick.
This map, it was insane.
Yeah, you guys were super aggressive.
That's why you play sub maps.
Yeah, it really fits your team, especially Tuscan. And this was a map where Vivid and Nero were able to get aggressive, do what they did, and TJ, of course, just had a fantastic day today. You guys win the offense. You go up 2-0. And then going into the defense, this is where you guys are just able to close it out. No offense wins for Optic in this one. They get 3-0 in the control. Pat, Chris, Ali, any final thoughts on the control at all? I know Shotzi struggled a little bit in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Optic loses the controls. That's when the series gets scary for them in general. I know they were up 2-0, but the 2 first maps were very, very, very scrappy. In general, I think just for this series, man, I think at least in this current Optic form, this team lives and dies on if Shotzi's like playing really well, because Dashy's really good, puts up usually good stats and stuff like that, but he's not impactful with Shotzi.
And I think that's usually how it works with someone who's as efficient as Shotzi, because it's like, dude, he's either super fucking efficient or just average, and it's like, it's crazy to say if he's average.
But see, for me, bro,
in terms of efficiency, like, yeah, his efficiency is just average when he doesn't fry.
Yeah,
like,
but one thing for me with Ant is like, if he's having a bad map, he's still annoying to play against, and he's gonna have to, he's gonna have to find that balance. But he's definitely one of the most impactful players in the game, regardless of what's being shown on the stat sheet.
What I was basically trying to say was, I don't think when Scump or Dashy like perform like really like to a high level, they're not as impactful as Shotzi. And I think this it kind of just reminds me of like when this team beat FaZe, at least in the first major, right? You saw Shotzi playing extremely well. Obviously everyone played good, but Shotzi was playing phenomenal, and then Illey played really well. And I think they need somebody else to step up to that plate and like kind of get over this hump, because for me, like kills aren't doing it for this team. Like they can't just live and like die based on their slaying performances. I think Shotzi kind of needs somebody else to be there with them and be a lot more efficient in the like, not just necessarily in the kill department, because when he's not making these like crazy plays or he's playing mid, they are still competitive, but they're not that championship form. Like we've seen at the majors, they've been losing. Like I don't know.
I see what
I'm
you're
scared
saying.
for this.
I
I'm
see
scared
what
for this
you're saying.
Optic team. It's not because I'm not trying to be an Opticator. Like I'm genuinely scared for them. I want to see this team do good, and I hold them to a high pedestal. But I don't know. It's just it's scary to watch.
I know without Illey, maybe it might lack in the comms because I know Illey brought a lot to that. So let's go on board with the Optic listening. I know they were getting beaten this control, but let's see how the boys were sounding.
Back our teeth.
Stay up. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm top three. I'm top three.
You have for me, Brandon?
Top church sitting.
Come on,
Top church
top
sitting. First guy. Nice, you know.
I'm only mid.
Is he their side?
Yo, one shot their side. Hit it. One shot on you. One shot absolutely on you. You can force it. Other one shot on you. One shot on you. He's on dad. He's on dad.
What could be B, man?
I'm naming daddy.
He's really guard side. He went there side. Actually, arts at you.
I'm in front of you, Brandon. I'm
B main teach dead.
I'm telling you,
Brandon. Actually.
What could be under our fire?
Yo, Brandon. I'm trying to watch Vincent.
Yeah, they could be at mid right now. They could be at mid. I'm you.
Yeah,
I'm well.
Yo,
What's their side A?
Yeah, I'm one shot right now, Brandon. You're low. I got needed as well. When they from church.
Nice, you know.
You just
Nice,
AR player.
I'll be mid.
Yo, I can help you be main. Just finish that tap. You just try to finish that tap. I gave you mid and your pinch. I have nothing for you guys.
See that? What is my mid?
Be main. He's in B main.
Yeah, nothing mid.
He was. That's him. I think. He's push up radio. There's two push up radio.
I'm only B main. I have B main.
Three right on the map. You guys are only so one like.
I'm
in church right now. I'm in church.
Yo, once on me B main. Close right.
They're taking time.
But I need top green.
They're trying to name me. They're trying to name me.
I'm
staying up. They didn't tell me.
You hit anything?
I didn't hit
I didn't shit. Bar.
I'm top three.
Yo, close right.
Yeah, close right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. Wow, when is push up?
Hold radio.
You guys honestly keep one of that.
Top green teach dead. One more.
Stay up. They're gonna try you. The one might be to play well.
Yeah, there's two, bro.
One's
B main. One's B main.
Yeah, but let me in.
Yeah, top main's in. That's a different guy. One push out roof. Alright, one push out roof for sure. Reese is push out roof. He has to be.
He's
in there.
Reese, good call. Dead.
Nice. Let's work mid. Whoever this is with me.
I'm looking mid. Yep.
No, I'm holding B main. I'm holding B
top
main.
church.
Let's in our
Could
side.
be
You.
like low B main or some shit. Nothing.
Yeah, long listening, so I'm gonna cut it there. But
You want what's really weird? So, I just noticed this. At least I don't know if this is translating to every single one of their listenings, but it stood out to me in this one. Their entire listening till the end, where Brandon or Dashy finally said, "Let's work mid" or something. Was
they don't have a
literally
plan.
It was positional callouts.
Yeah,
it was like
they don't have a plan.
Here, there's a guy here. That's it. There's here. I was like.
Nothing
Are
like,
y'all
yo,
gonna,
let's
do
let's work P5 here. Let's try and work B.
Yeah.
Like, come with me. Like, we'll like push this out together. Like, everybody come here. Like, there was no directional
These
comms.
boys got y'all fooled. They got y'all fooled.
I'd have to listen to more of their listenings, but that's what it seemed like. It just didn't seem like they had a.
Well, that's where I feel like Illey. That's where I feel like Illey comes in. The game plan. You know, like middle of a game. Like, if you need a game plan, I feel like that's where they're missing Illey the most. Like, when
You know what it sounds like to me, Tom?
what?
Sounds like a team that's been grinding Valorant.
Oh, Pat, come on, cut the bullshit. Cut the Pat, they grind every day. They play 2 scrims a day. They play hours of COD every day.
You say
Pat.
that, but I've been seeing Rambo tweeting out, streaming all day long. So he's obviously not coaching. Ain't no scrims happening.
Well, I mean, they got a guy on a fucking airplane now coming from Jersey.
Pat may be exaggerating, but
it sounds like a team that's on Valorant, calling out them just when they die, right? I'm just saying.
Pat may be exaggerating.
Valorant gets you better at COD, bro. Valorant gets you better at COD,
how
man.
you want.
Pat may be exaggerating, but there are teams that have been like playing S&D 8s. There's been a lot of S&D 8s going on.
Nobody
there's a lot of. I think there's been even some respawn.
It's not true. Optic is in those. Amp plays in those. Dashy plays in those.
I've seen Illey playing them
playing those
more than I've seen the Optic team playing them. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that's a direct correlation in terms of like why they might be performing not as good. But hey, man, it's still valid. It's still valid. Like I could see it because. Yeah, that happens. That's happened with a lot of teams, dude, where they just like stop playing COD as much.
Is crazy, Chris.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Dude. I mean, I could definitely see it, but I don't think that's the only thing that's been struggling. Like
I think
their comms are just abysmal. Like nowadays,
bro. I'm pretty sure in Game 5 in this series, one of them tapped bomb. Like, bro, listen,
they tapped the bomb.
Me crazy, but to me, it looked like they were playing
fuck out of here, man. Tap the bomb. What are you nuts? They're lining up their crosses and shit, bro. No, dude. I definitely think the Valorant has nothing to do with this, in my personal opinion. And the fact that you're saying that Shotzi can't beat his ex-teammates is also fucking comedy. A multi-FPS world champion can't fucking beat ex-teammates. Get the fuck out of here.
But he didn't have to deal with that until he got, Cold War. He didn't have any ex-teammates until Cold War. So, listen. We'll get into it anymore. But when we go to game 5, when Dashy's in that 1v2, let's just pay attention to see what happens. But
Tap bomb.
anyway,
You're hilarious,
Bo
dude.
gets hard point, bro. I like Zen. I know y'all won it, but I don't understand.
Bro,
the veto.
Optic didn't have a single point for like 3 hills or 4 hills. They had 2 points.
Yeah, but this won't happen more. Like, you know what I mean? This
Bro,
is just a
Nero,
one-off.
Nero and Vivid were having a kill race, bro. You ever remember those like beta kill races like
Yeah.
people used to do on CMG? They
Yeah.
were having a kill race.
This is one of those maps where Boston's just going to be so scary on now. I mean, they were scary on it before with Capsule, but there's something about Vivid on this map. I feel like Vivid, this is just he loves this map, bro. There's no way Vivid doesn't like this shit, bro. I know Reese is in the chat. I know for a fact that you love fucking Bocage Hardpoint, because I would love this shit too.
Blender, dude. There's not much you can really do. And
Nah, you put him in more of a blender, bro. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't get a single point.
Yeah,
and they ended up bringing it back a little bit and making it a game, but the fact that they had to do that, I mean, it was chalked after like 2 minutes, you know? Like, you guys just went up so much. And on Bocage, it's very, very difficult to bring this back. But go ahead, Tony.
that's all I had to say.
Oh, yeah, that's all you're gonna say? It sounded like you're about to say something else. But Tony, how'd you guys feel going into it? You know, it seemed like you guys felt pretty good going into this
we were
one.
confident the whole series. I mean, first map we lost by 25. I went trillion negative.
Yeah.
And then map 2 was a 6-5 1v1. So it wasn't like we were like getting blown out. It wasn't like we were lacking confidence.
Mm-hmm.
This map, obviously, Dylan Reese just started fucking frying and sort of just carried that momentum. It got a little sketchy, obviously. But that's what
Reese
we
and
did.
Nero.
Can you do me a favor and just play only sub maps though? Like, just go into every series and veto Gavutu.
Yeah, we'll do that for you.
Okay.
This was the fucking Nero show.
Y'all might make a run. No bullshit.
You talk about Reese, but Nero just popped the fuck off in this one, bro.
He had what, 49 real kills?
He had almost. How much did he have EKA? How much did he have in there?
89.
My God, imagine seeing your teammate with fucking basically 60 EKA at the end of the game. You guys better be gassing him. You better be fucking gassing him,
I'm
Zone.
ready to suck him off.
Oh, what the?
What
Yo.
the fuck?
Yo. What the? Yo. Hey, yo.
59 EKA.
What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong? Yo, Allie, control this guy. What the fuck?
I don't know what you want me to do.
Holy shit. My God. Well, let's keep it going. This is kind of where Optic was starting to bring it back a little bit. I just feel like once you're down 100 on Bocage, this shit is fucking tough, dude.
I mean, they brought it back to like a 20-point
They
game.
did. They brought it all the way. Yeah. Well, you be honest, bro. You clinching your asshole or what?
No, it
What the
wasn't.
fuck?
If
My
we
bad.
were, like,
He got me in the
flipping out-
mood now.
Now, if we flipped out on a certain hill, I would have been bugging. But that's just sort of how this map goes. It goes.
Bro, Tony, you were definitely shaking in your boots a little bit.
I really wasn't.
But you can see how they were able to do it. Optic, they start winning their fights, and they pretty much did what you guys did on the first rotation.
Yeah, I started frying.
What, Chris? What's the problem, bro?
I just looked at the chat and I seen some emote that I don't know how how's that even allowed on Twitch?
Yeah,
Y'all seen this shit?
What
emote?
Which one, bro? What emote?
I just replied to it in chat.
Oh shit!
I just replied to it in chat. What the
Whoa, whoa! Take it easy. Take
the fuck
it
is
easy.
that?
We don't want no problems in
I
the
don't-
Twitch
I
chat.
don't see it. Is it not coming up on mine?
Oh my, I don't know. All right.
know.
Oh, I see it.
Pat's got
that
parental
shit.
controls on, bro.
Yeah, bro. Let's just fucking keep it going. All right. So this is kind of where Optic start to bring it back. But in this one, this was just a Nero Poison show. I want to give some love to Nero and Vivid because I felt like in this Bocage, they really stepped up. Switching lanes, winning a lot of their ones. They're playing a very talented team. So this really showed what Boston was able to do. And I feel like this was a good series for you guys, Tony. I feel like now this kind of gives you guys a little bit more confidence, especially after a big win, right? You got a new teammate, some momentum. You guys are getting a little bit comfortable now. So it's a really good map one here on the Bocage. Very mixy map. Any final thoughts on the map, Tony? Anything you felt like you guys could have done better? I felt like it was a pretty flawless second rotation. Optic brought it back, but you guys came out so strong. This one was all over pretty fast.
Yeah, no, just Bocage. I mean, I think we played it pretty well. Dylan Reese obviously fried.
Yeah.
Yo, I literally tweeted. I'm like, I don't even know what's.
how to. Yeah, I mean, just.
I was
one
like,
of
I don't
those.
even know what's going on the map. Optic just can't win a fucking gunfight.
They couldn't at first. They couldn't win fights. They
Yeah,
started to bring it back.
at first.
Right here is when I started to think Boston might be trolling and he might be choking this one. And again, it was Nero who was just making fucking plays. We go into this P5 hill. This is where you guys were able to lock down a little bit more time. Streak comes in from Ant. I think it was during the listening or something. I think you guys just, when the streaks are coming down, Tony, best thing to do is just eat it, right? I think that's what a lot of people in this game have been saying. Just eat
Look
the
at me
streak.
up there. For the rest of my life. Look at me.
Yeah, no, you were doing your thing over here. You were doing your thing. And then Dashy pushes you out. You go down. Optic, they able to get this last 20 here, Tony. And this is kind of where you guys, you know, they tie it up. Big plays coming out of TJ here. He's going to make a route, or not TJ, sorry, Nero. He's going to make a route through tunnel. He's going to find one on hill. You're going to find a big grenade kill. That's going to get you guys onto this last 10 seconds. Big time, bro. 10, 15 seconds here at the end of bow cage is big, man. All this time adds up. Go into a third set.
Kills, right? Just like pushing them back right of the map, just knowing that they're back there is important.
Yeah, you have to pin teams. You have to push out the gaps and collect space on the map, you know? And I feel like that's something that some teams don't do because they don't make use of their kills. And that's something that you guys did really, really well in this one, just making use of your kills and not giving Optic a chance to breathe. So really, really good plays, Tony, in this one. Shout out to Nero once again. Guy went 45 and 29 or 49 and 20 or whatever the fuck he went. I don't know what his final scoreboard was. We'll check it out at the end. But Chris, Pat, Ali, any final thoughts on the map?
Whole time too, like damn.
He was hard carrying. He was doing everything. He was doing fucking everything, bro. This guy's fucking nuts. But any final thoughts on the map? Anybody at all? Before we get into the next one. Just the bow, just bow cage. Bow cage. I thought it was bow cage.
Bow cage,
Same
bum
shit.
cage.
Same shit, bro. But let's get into the last one, man. Then we get into a bow cage.
Zin, get on the fucking hill, man.
Yeah, Tony. I don't know what you were doing.
30 seconds, then 40 first map.
I was top bar. I was just relaxed.
Okay, so I wanna get over to a few questionable plays in this one coming from the Optic boys. I really didn't like this round out of Optic, man. This was a round that bothered me a little bit. They take too long to make a decision. Somebody needs to take initiative in the middle of a round and get the guys together and do something, but they just wait to the last second. You guys know this is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to S&D, and it bites them in the ass. Dashy's going to find a kill, make it a 4v3. Shotzi's going to run in, 3v3 now. There's only 13 seconds left on the clock right now, and nobody even has a bomb in their hand. Scump needs to try and make a play for the bomb. He ends up getting naded now. Now it's a 2v1 situation, 1v2. Nero's gonna kill him off the bomb and just run away. I mean, Optic just they didn't make use of their time, and I feel like that's a big problem. Whenever you're on the offensive side, you need to make a play. Make a play, do something quick. What do you guys think?
You know what? Sorry, I was gonna say it was something else. It was about like what Boston did well. A lot of teams are starting to make this play a lot more. It's like when you get the bomb down and like you lose your player on this side of the map, it's like people late repinch this part of the map, like and try to catch people sprinting the bomb and almost like retake position to like clutch out the round. Yeah. And I think people are going to start people should start looking out for that repinch through like mid map. People don't do it enough because it's like it literally wins people rounds. And
yeah, I was echoing through Tony's mic, by the way, again. I don't know why.
Did TJ get a cut?
You good? Yeah, they all got some fresh cuts. And then after that round, Optic doesn't make a play. And they're going to start off this round in a 4v2. It was TJ Haley and Big fucking Tony who were able to clutch up the 2v4 in this one. TJ, he's able to find Dashy. He's going to pick him out. And then Shotzi, he kind of gets caught in the middle of the map by himself. He's going to go down. Would have liked to see him or maybe some teammates push up, regroup, try and get together. But you guys just kind of funnel them. TJ's able to find 2 kills. Gets 2 guys solo dolo. Wins both gunfights. And just like that, it's a 2v2 situation. Prolu, he's gonna see him on the cross. And then this is where people were critiquing Seth, saying, why didn't he look up? Everybody...
I think the reason was, so Byron obviously saw me in train room, and I shot at him. So Seth's probably thinking he's just posted
in warehouse.
Down.
And there's not a lot of time. He had to go all the way around. There was 30 seconds left on the clock. I think he was just trying to move quick, and he just never looked up. He never looked up. You find a kill, and you do a good job just playing your life, letting the time run down, and just like that, Tony able to find the last 2. TJ with the first 2, Tony with the last 2. 2v4 for the Boston boys, and bro, those are 2 rounds that arguably Optic should have. I think the offense. Yo, what's up, Pat?
I was just saying, can you take us to the 4-2 round? This is the one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is where Vivid hits the 1v2. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Go like right to where Vivid obviously plants the bomb, and then we'll go from there.
All right, no problem.
This is what we gotta talk about.
No problem. We're gonna talk about this right now. It's a 2v2 situation. Dashy and Scump versus Vivid and Tony once again. Vivid's gonna get that bomb down. Tony's gonna go down, and just like that, Vivid in a 1v2 situation, and Optic has him trapped on the bomb site. Pat, go ahead, give your thoughts.
Okay. So play right here. So yeah, obviously he makes his way to the box. Good play, gets a little better positioning, buys some time. They don't see him. Anyway, some time goes on. He gets his kill on Seth, right?
Yep.
Good kill. I think I'm a little early. You haven't caught up
You're
yet.
good. He just got the kill. Boom.
Kill on Seth. Bam. So Dashy pushes up. Docs, right? Yep. Shoots Vivid. Hits Vivid. Pause right here. Shoots Vivid.
Pause.
Hits him. Oh shit! How far?
I'm
You might have to
gonna
up.
back it up. I'm gonna back it up.
Yeah, back up to like 16 seconds.
Yeah, I got you. So boom, Vivid
Okay,
gets the kill. Right,
Hits
he
Vivid.
slides here. Boom. I'm gonna
Okay.
pause it right here. Boom, he
Pause.
hits him.
Okay.
Paused. Bang.
Now I want us to go into 0.25 speed.
No problem.
that?
Done. 0.25 there. Done.
Okay. So you know how when someone gets on the bomb, that little meter starts going on the circle, right?
Yeah, right.
It starts. All right. So let's play it and let's watch. Let's focus in on Dashy on the mini map, number 5 on the mini map. Look what happens.
Okay.
Look at the bomb meter. He shot him in tap bomb.
Okay, but maybe
He literally tap bomb.
maybe he was just thinking about
You
it.
don't do that in COD. That
Maybe
is
he
a
was thinking
Valorant
about it, bro.
play.
Maybe he was just thinking about
He
it.
literally tapped bomb.
Nah, I
That
couldn't.
is a
Maybe he
Valorant
was
play.
thinking about getting on it, Pat. Maybe
He
just-
called the bluff. Vivid called the bluff, but he should have just insta hop.
He did call the bluff. He did.
What bluff? It's not Valorant. You don't get the fucking ding.
No, I'm not saying the Dashy did. Vivid called the bluff that he wouldn't hop the bomb because if he would have hopped it right away after shooting the bullets, he gets the defuse. Like if you look at the clock, it was like a 19-20 second, and like by the time he would have got it, I'm pretty sure
He
But,
probably
like,
would have got it, but I mean
that's not even wholly on him. Yeah, like he's in a 1v1 and they had him trapped. Seth gave up the angle and let him out. If he was just committed to the
I
angle,
don't care about that. He
or hopped
tapped
on the
bomb.
yeah, man, but it's still
Nah,
still on Seth. He gave up the damn door and let him out
right
like,
here. Yeah, I don't know which I don't know what happened here. So
He tried to. He was just in a shitty angle. Like
I thought right there. I don't know how he didn't see him right here though. Like right here, boom, right here, boom. I'm surprised Seth didn't see him here. Like right here. This looks like I feel like Seth right here has a pretty good vision on him. But I guess I don't know if maybe he thought because look, and then he turns and then Vivid ducks. Like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is fucking insane. And then Vivid ducks and he doesn't see him. And Seth's like, wait, maybe I'm seeing shit. Like, I think maybe Seth is like, maybe he thought he saw shit. Maybe he still thought he was trapped in a site. And then he just gets picked out. He gets around the corner. Right here, bro. Everybody's saying he's blind. He's blind. Bro, he wasn't looking there. He was looking towards the site. It was,
bro.
it wasn't even in his peripherals. Like,
bro,
he
I've
wasn't
had
even there.
bro,
Like,
I'm
look,
not
you
gonna
can't
lie.
see, Chad. Look, you can't see the right.
Wasn't like a video of it where like Embo's like blinked and like a guy like got out or something? Yeah, like that actually happens to people. Like,
Yeah, no, he blinked.
It's not uncommon. But like if he commits to the angle, even if he just like taps Vivid, like if Vivid tries to gunfight him and like just stays behind the tank, like they win the round. He just gave it up and then just
You have
Oakleys must have some thick frames, bro, blocking his peripheral. Like
Listen, bro, you had the 2-1 round where Optic didn't make a play till there was 10 seconds left. You had the 3-1 round where they got clutched on in a 2v4. And then you had the 4-1 round or the 4-2 round where Vivid just 1v2 clutches on. These are all rounds that Boss is just making big plays, man. They're just clutching up. And these are rounds that Optic are going to kick themselves. They're going to go back and watch some of this shit and they're going to be annoyed. But I think that's why you guys were able to close this one out, Tony. I think the individual play and the clutches, you guys just had the ice in this one, man. And you capitalized on some of the mistakes that Optic was doing. Which I don't know if Tony's still here. Is he still fucking here? I see him.
I'm right here. I've been echoing, so I don't want to.
No, you're good. You're good. But good map 5 out of you, Tony. Any final thoughts on the series? It felt like you guys clutched a few rounds here.
Yeah, I mean, good reverse sweep. It's one of those where it's like it feels like obviously the first 2 maps were close enough to where they could have went either way. So if we did lose that series, it would have been pretty haunting. So obviously glad to close this one out.
Yeah, Bar Zinni performing pretty bad. Every single person on his team looked really good.
Fucking asshole.
The first map.
Usually it's a case where if Zinni doesn't play well, I'm gonna give you flowers here. If Zinni doesn't play well, they don't play good at all. So like this is a good sign for the team moving forward.
Really good sign.
Teach played really well. Nero played really well, and Vivid played really well. So like every single person on this team looking a lot better, a lot more comfortable. Big reverse sweep. Way to keep composure. Good job, Zin.
Yeah, and you can see TJ just having a day. He's going to close it out with a 2-piece. 8-6 from TJ, 9-6 from Vivid, 7-6 from Tony. Nero only one negative, but he was popping off all series long. And then on the other side, Dashy 9-6, Pelu 8-6 just wasn't enough for them to close it out. So Optic boys are going to go back to the drawing board, go see what they did wrong. And if you're a Boston fan or a Boston player, shout out to Tony, you're feeling pretty good. Got a new roster, new player. Vivid came in and did his thing. He was making fucking plays. Still mind blown that Florida got rid of him. But you know, like Chris said, maybe there were some other issues. I really don't know.
Environment, case in point, man. When people play in certain environments, they just.
I mean, speaking of environments, let's get to the next one and talk about Neptune a little bit. This guy was a guy who came into New York in the beginning of the year, right? Getting absolutely pooped on, bitching about his environment, saying he can't play with these people. I mean, he was in New York and it just felt like the culture of the team was not it for him. He
Guys,
goes
I'm
to
gonna
challengers.
hop out.
You're out,
Later,
Tony. You're out, bro.
Yeah. Enjoy
All
the
right,
rest of the
brother.
show, guys.
All right, man. I'll catch you later, brother. I'll catch you later. But Neptune, he's just not. What the?
Is that making noise? It's my
Yeah,
straw.
what
It's my straw. I'm sorry. It's my straw. It's my straw. Hold
You're
on.
good, bro. You're good, bro. Jam. But yeah,
Yeah,
Neptune, he comes into this LAG team and he just looks so much more comfortable. And even in challengers, he looked more comfortable. I felt like in challengers he was doing his thing. But we got a Gavitu Hardpoint, Desert Siege SD, Berlin Control, Tuscan Hardpoint, Berlin S&D. It's Toronto Ultra going up against the Los Angeles Gorillas. Gentlemen, I'll let you and Ali give your thoughts. Anything you see in the videos that caught your eye. And it can be nothing. If there's nothing, we'll keep it going.
I'm actually going to pop off after this, but I do have to say,
Yeah.
I said it on stream already, but the later half of this series was like heavily in favor of Toronto, and that's why they ended up doing the reverse sweep, because Berlin is their best map on all game modes, and the Tuscan hardpoint is the only hardpoint they beat Atlanta FaZe on in like a similar fashion, where like they went down really early, and then they came back and won like 250 to 237 or something. So that's the only interesting map veto thing.
What is good with Austin and only playing fucking Gavutu? Dog, you picked up another sub, and Spart is obviously like a flat. Why are you wanting to play fucking Gavutu all the time?
They won the
Pierce
map
on
though.
team? Yeah,
nah.
but
still.
bro, this guy can't get off Gavutu. Like, let your fucking
They
son
like,
play the
yeah. I
game.
mean, he likes it, man. Maybe Austin he likes this map, bro. He can post up. He can do what he does, you know.
Yeah, it's like Zen, but like shit.
But bro, like it worked for them. They came out and it was Neptune and Hook who had a map, and they came out and had a really good map. What were you guys' thoughts with the Neptune and Hook duo to start things off? I thought they came out pretty hot. It did not last because they did get reverse swept.
Listen, honeymoon is crazy.
Yeah, a little bit of a honeymoon, maybe a little bit of a honeymoon. What do you think overall?
I mean, I think this team.
You think that's what it is? You think it's the honeymoon stage? You think it's the honeymoon stage?
I mean, you could say that for every team. We can never, we don't know, man. We can't talk about that stuff. That shit's, but at the end of the day, the players look better. Spark played pretty good. Neptune played a lot better than we've seen him play on the New York Subliners. Hook had some decent maps. I think if anything, if my takeaway from this is, granted the maps were close the entire series, I think we still got to see more out of Slasher, man. Like, where is Thanos?
He played the best of the series too.
Did he?
Yeah, he went plus 11. We haven't seen that in a while.
Oh, I'm fucking fried.
Bro, to be honest, though, this series was a statistical anomaly. Every single one of them went positive. Fugue +6, Slasher +11.
That's what it was.
Spart +4, Neptune +4. The fucking tissue is an issue. Fucking net.
Yeah, he's
30,
unbelievable.
But they still won.
They still won.
They still won.
I'm fried.
They got Toronto Ultra got outslayed.
that.
Toronto Ultra got outslayed in one of the maps and won the map. They had nobody. They had one guy positive and the rest negative, and they won it.
My bad, Austin. I'm fried.
Austin said I had 2 minutes in both hard points going pause.
No, motherfuckers is me, bro. I'm on something. I'm fried. That's on me.
But yeah, let's get into this one. This is kind of where LAG were able to bring this one back. It was the P4 break that was from them that was super big. They were just Toronto kind of trolled this one a little bit. I felt like Toronto should have been able to hold this, but it was just number 8. How did LAG get in behind here? They held Toronto this whole time. So Toronto's gonna get the P3 hill. They're gonna lock down most of it. LAG, they're gonna work an early rotation and kind of work some kills. You can see Neptune, he's gonna get picked at a hill. What, Pat? What's the problem?
Neptune had the most kills and most deaths on his team. That might be the first time that's ever happened in Vanguard.
You think so? That was not happening with New York. But with New York, he was not playing his game, Pat. He was playing.
He played a couple of his games.
He wasn't playing any of his, like, any game.
Listen, either way, I mean, that's a positive takeaway for me. Like, he finally, had some aggression. So, I mean, maybe
product of his environment and
turned
go to
into
challengers.
a little bit of a demon. But
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm still not too high on this LAG team, but I mean, I think, did they improve? Probably, but I mean, they were horrible beforehand, so it was hard not to improve. They have a really tough schedule, I believe, and this was obviously one of those matches, and I feel like, being up 2-0 and getting reverse swept, this is one that they needed to win.
Yeah, this is a great break from LAG too. They're able to work through mid and boat and just funnel these kills. Toronto, they weren't able to get any kills here on rotation. Kind of see it's going to open it up with Spart. Slash opens it up with another one. And just like that, Toronto loses spawns. And LAG, they break right on into this P5. So they're able to chain a couple hills here and build upon their lead. And then Hook was also able to pick up a missile, which ultimately leads to a P1 break. He calls the missile in, able to break the P1. So good plays coming out of Kyler to pick up those streaks and use them in a good way. But go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say was you said you're still not sold on this roster. If I see this team on paper and all of them are playing to their potential, I like this team a lot.
Now, you can say that about a lot of teams, Chris.
Yeah,
Can't you? I feel like you can say that about any team.
You can, but like their place in the league right now with the potential they have is not like.
You think this team goes to LAN and gets better, Chris?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's like they could have a solid stage, like and the thing is they have a tough schedule, but like I could see them going like 3-2, but going to the event and not having a good event. Like that's a realistic outcome, and like I could see them getting 12th again, and then it's like they probably don't qualify at that point.
I mean, at the very least, though, they look way better currently, at least in this one match, than they did before. Bro, they couldn't even win a match.
Yeah, but dude, that's what I'm talking about. The weirdest thing is that the first LAG iteration was the best one that we've seen. Like of all their iterations, right? Aside from the Major 2 anomaly, the absolute miracle on the sticks, I still think that the first LAG iteration, like the actual first one, so like the first 2 months or 3 months of the league, that was the best LAG we've seen.
Yeah, but like they obviously tried to channel it again and it didn't work. Like we already know.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this team hasn't improved, in my opinion, all year long.
The LAG we've seen is the LAG we saw at the event that when they won. That was
but he's saying
that's not even real. That's not even real.
He's saying besides that. But at the end of the day, like
aside from that parallel fucking universe that we're never gonna see again,
they couldn't channel that, so they had to make a change. I don't mind this change. On paper, these guys are all good. Like you, obviously, I know you wanted to get what Scrappy and Hydra. Like you were obviously, but that's like but that is, I mean, great.
Yo, that is
not realistic.
How you gonna get Scrappy and Hydra, bro?
I don't know. Snap my fucking fingers like they did to win Major 2.
That is not realistic unless they go for some blockbuster changes, which they probably don't even have the pieces for, because as we see currently, Gunless isn't on a team and Asim currently isn't on a team.
Yeah, obviously.
So obviously they didn't really have the power to kind of make a blockbuster change. I think they got good pieces. Spart is equally as good as a flex as Scrappy.
Bro, they just
Scrappy
tried
can be at
Spart
times
for like a fucking month.
But it doesn't matter. It's still a product of the environment, man.
Let me drop my song. Let me drop my song before I go.
All right, go ahead, Allie. Go ahead. Let Allie talk. Let her.
These two will go at it for
yeah, they'll go forever. They'll go forever. Go ahead, Allie. Go ahead.
The original version. Everybody thought the original first version of the LAG squad was gonna be nasty. And at the beginning of the year, I saw this team on paper and I was like, it doesn't make sense, and it didn't make sense. This team, LAG, right now on paper to me didn't make sense, but in game looked incredible. But my hot take is I think Hook is better in an AR flex based role. And I think Spart is more comfortable with the MP40, and I think this series proved that.
You think so? No, I disagree. I disagree.
Fried.
Listen, they got the good shit.
I played. You are fried. Listen. Spart in Cold War.
Nah, keep him on the AR.
You guys would bring up old games. Nah, listen.
Wait, Spart in Cold War was undisputed.
This isn't Cold War.
The best AR player in Challengers. Undisputed.
No. This is not Cold War. At the end of the day, this is a different game. Hook looked more. They won Gavutu. Hook has an AR in hand. He fucking fries. Okay, they go into Tuscan. Spart has an MP40 in hand. It is absolutely world-starting drama.
Hook uses an AR. Hook uses an AR on this map every time. You only had Gunless on the team, and they were still losing this map. Like
with this roster, it is different though. With this roster, it is different. That is what I'm saying.
Bro, Neptune. Wait, they were probably using 4 ARs. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like what? You can't. Nah. Dude, no.
I personally, because Ali said that this team on paper is incredible. I mean, I really don't know about that, bro. I feel
this one on paper doesn't make sense to me. This team on paper doesn't make sense to me. But
it does from a potential standpoint. If Slasher's playing good, we all know how he can be as an AR player. Hook as a sub player makes sense if he's playing good.
Tuscan, bro,
the roles make sense. The roles make sense.
The roles make sense.
Yeah, they do.
All about getting them to all to click. And granted, they fucking lost. They got reverse swept. It's not like they were hopeless. They were fucking hopeless with their last roster. The team makes sense. They just have to play well and close out the damn series.
Yeah. Listen.
Spart. No offense to my boy. He's good with the sub, but no, he is much better as an AR player. The guy was literally undisputed in the last game.
When he won, when he won
won the major, he was using an AR. Granted, it was a fucking like he was running an AR. He wasn't running a sub.
Well, yeah, listen. Now we get into the CDL Standings. Listen. Now he's got her opinions. You got your opinions.
Pat's hilarious, bro.
Pat's fucking Pat's mind blown.
Pat's got a duck face right now.
Pat's mind blown. He's whistling in the mic. Ali, any other final thoughts? Any other final?
No, that was I knew what I was getting into when I said that. I knew what it was, but I stand by it.
Hey, yeah. I was gonna say, stand by your opinion. Don't.
You're gonna tell me his Awakening isn't a fucking flex player, bro. He's a fucking main sub.
No, well, that's what people have been trying to say. That's bro. Hey, Chris. You know what's funny is you're out, Ali. You're leaving.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta eat. I haven't eaten today.
All right. Yeah, later, Ali. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Dude, Chris, I was gonna say that some people think that Wake is a main sub, and I'm like, dude, you guys are tripping, bro. I don't look at him as a main sub player. I look at him as a flex, and I honestly, I kind of like him. Like in Black Ops 4, like I would like him on a Maddox, right? Like that type of role. In
100%. Awakening's a player you put on the best gun in the game. Like and And currently, that is the fucking automaton.
Well, it depends on the map.
You're not telling me.
And that's what he does. He runs the best gun on the map. Depends on a map. Depends what map he's playing, and he runs the best gun on whatever map he's playing. He's a flex. He just uses whatever. And I think having 2 aggressive subs with that would be incredible. I think Big Wake is one of the best players in the league. I think he's very, very talented, and I think he doesn't have the right pieces around him. I think he needs to have 2 aggressive subs on him and a fucking AR. But let's get back to the series. Pat, are you all right, bro? Pat, what's up with you, man? You good?
Who got an AR?
That's what she said, Pat. That's what she said. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's her opinion, Pat. You know? What are you gonna do? Listen, Pat, I don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it either. I mean, I'd have Kyler on the submachine gun player. I mean, he's one of the best subs in the history of COD. You know, so I definitely would keep him on a sub.
Yo, Pine Park is doing experiments with their shit, bro.
Come on, man. Come on.
Experiments on people with their shit.
Listen, let Ali rock, man. Let her rock, bro. Let's get into the fucking S&D, bro. We get into a siege, and this is where Spar was hitting fucking no scopes. We get into the 1-1 round. This is kind of where the aggression comes in towards the B site. They end up breaking some ankles. I got a doorbell ring. Pat, Chris, take it over. What were your thoughts on the S&D?
Yo, I heard that. My thoughts.
What was Tommy saying? I blacked out. I was laughing.
He was asking us for our thoughts on the S&D. And well, you know, I mean, I expect this LAG team to get better at search. Of any mode to improve on, I think it will be S&D.
So they have 3 people that play S&D chows literally for like an entire offseason together.
But also, aside from that, I mean, they had Pierce sniping a lot, which I fully disagreed with on their old roster. They get someone who now can be a little bit more aggressive in S&D and Neptune. Spark can kind of play that like that island-like player that I think he does succeed at. But so yeah, I do think of all modes they will get better in search. I just don't know if they get better in respawn. I personally don't think they do. I think it's a pretty lateral move from where they were in respawn.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, bro.
Especially when you go to land, bro. Like, I don't think Neptune is going to go to land and just be some monster. Yeah. I don't think Spar is going to go to land and be some monster. Like,
you know, I don't like to like bring up that stuff because, like, bro, I mean, I grew up in the old days of COD where we used to make land this, land that, but at the end of the day, all we can like really like see is the tangible stuff we have ahead of us.
But
and
we've seen it,
bro.
We've seen it,
bro. But the thing is, bro, they were fucking trash with their last roster, like online and on LAN, like besides after major 2, they were trash, man. Like, and now they took 2 maps. They took 2 maps off the fucking a team that literally just placed top 3. When they played, what Toronto placed 3, 4,
Major 2 was like 8 months ago. I feel like when was Major 2? It was in like March or April, right? Like that was so long ago.
It was a couple months ago. Right? 2-3 months. Actually, it does feel like a long time ago.
They've been abysmal with their entire. They were abysmal with their old roster.
Okay, like, so what do you?
You're not telling me this isn't this isn't an upgrade.
All they've done is drop ASIM for Neptune. That's all they've done.
Yeah.
So in what way do you think this is some like monumental change?
Well, like, I don't know.
That's as lateral as it gets. I would argue that I would probably say ASIM's better than Neptune. I think that. I don't know.
I mean,
if you
you're
guys think
saying
that,
you're saying that as if like they obviously played with Spart before, but they also won. Granted, yeah, we know it was fucking a crazy run. They won a fucking tournament with Spart. So like,
they were running
Spart's,
2 Volks and had other teams running Volks.
Spart's
like,
potential,
not happening.
regardless, but Spart's potential was there. And then they go back to their old team, and ASIM was unfortunately, and like bro,
They
I like
all
ASIM
were,
too.
though. They all
But
were.
ASIM was also performing.
So was
bad
Spart.
with
Spart was like a 0.9 compared to a 1.1.
But regardless, they felt their issue was that. So at the end of the day, ASIM wasn't playing well statistically with Gunless. He wasn't playing well statistically with Spart after Major 2. So.
And you think bringing in the guy who's been one of the most inconsistent players all year long,
who else are they going to bring in?
don't care about their environment, is going to fix anything?
Who else are they going to bring in?
I'm not saying that they shouldn't make a change. My point is that their change is just going to do nothing. That's my opinion. I don't see Neptune for ASIM improving this roster at all. That's all they did. Like, they had Spart. They went to Major 2 with Spart, and they played with Spart for 5 weeks after, however long it was. So to me, this is their team. They dropped ASIM. They picked up Neptune. That's the change they made. And to me, it's not like some blockbuster
Great
trade
1v2, by the way, by Spart.
That's
Great
going to
1v2.
monumentally improve this team. I do think they might get better at S&D because
I want to agree. I want to agree with you, man. I want to agree with you because like what you're saying makes sense. But bro, we've seen this time and time again. Like things can change a lot. Like if you put players in certain environments, and although we've seen Neptune not be very good on any team this season besides when he was in Challengers, like he comes onto this team, he played really, really well today in comparison to how he used to play.
It's just one series, though.
Yeah. But he also was playing really well in Challengers. So like we got to see how this develops. They had a tough match. A lot of these teams had tough matches ahead of them, all these new teams. So like I'm not quick to write them off yet. I'm still fans of Spar. I think he's a good player. I think Neptune has that potential. He just, got dealt a bad hand and didn't play to his potential. I think Hook is still a good player. Slash is obviously a good player. They went up 2-0 on this fucking Toronto team, which is not an easy feat to do.
But even Ali mentioned it. Like these first 2 maps were not Toronto's strong maps, and the last 3 were, and we saw what happened when they got their strong maps. But let's look at the Gorilla schedule real quick before we get into the next match. They play FaZe next. That no way they win that. Mm-hmm. They play Breach. Maybe they win that, but Breach is obviously looking better. Then they play the Ravens. Is that it? The Ravens?
These are games that they can. These are all teams that they could beat.
Bro, they outslayed this Toronto team.
I agree that I don't think this LG Gorilla team is anything to brag about right now.
And I think New York's beating this team. So they play New York.
Yeah, I think New York's beating
Boston,
them too.
And Ravens. I could see them beating Ravens, and I could potentially see them beating Boston.
I don't see them winning most of them, though. Bro, I don't see them winning most of those.
But that's not even my argument. I don't care if they go out there and lose every fucking series. Granted,
wait, why? They have to. This is the only way they qualify.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it sucks for them. Like when you're asking, is this team better than their last team? 100%.
I don't know. Is this team making champs? That's bro. If you're making a roster change a month and a half before champs with 1 event left, the only thing on your mind should be, is this roster change that I made making champs?
Yeah. That's all. Is the roster beforehand making champs? No,
but that's my point. Neither of these rosters are making champs.
At least they're trying.
Bro, I'm so sick of that, man. Like I said, you got to hold people accountable. There's no more of this I'm trying, I should get credit because I'm trying to get better.
Bro,
Make
we
a
hold
change
people
that's gonna fucking be beneficial.
We do hold it is. They're still better.
This team's not making champs. You're telling me that
I don't think this team is that much better, Chris. I don't think it's as much. You're making it sound like
better, but it is.
You think so?
They couldn't win a map. They couldn't win a fucking map.
If they got 3-1 today, are you saying that they're better?
They couldn't fucking win a map, bro. They couldn't win a map before.
Yeah, but Chris, even if they got a little, if they got a little bit better, sure, but that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
They couldn't win maps versus literal dog shit teams. They play Toronto, who's right now at this point in time, based on their last performance, a top 3 team, and not to mention, they fucking outslay the fuck out of them. Granted, they lost. If they can translate that into W's or at least be somewhat somewhat competitive.
That's even a worse sign to me personally.
No,
the fact that
This guy's hitting no scopes. He's hitting no
If they
scopes.
can translate that to W's, if they can translate that to fucking W's, like they have a chance. They might not have the cleanest stage, but you still have the LAN event. Like I'm not gonna be all doom and gloom about this team. Like they look better than their last team, bro. They couldn't win a fucking map.
They look better today. They look better today.
Every single person on the team before was going negative 300.
If Team A and Team B were flipped, they get 3-0'd in this series.
Okay, bro, you don't know that. You can't have this argument. Like it's the same, bro.
They had the Toronto literally got their best maps in maps 3, and Gorillas had their good maps 1 and 2. Like, and they barely won this search. But I'm saying, literally, you could say today if the vetoes, if the map order were different, right, and Toronto had 3, they would have got 3.
Slasher says they were Team
okay,
B.
but I'm still saying if the map order was different, okay, and they get 3-0'd, are you still arguing that they're that much better? Like, what stock are we putting into winning maps? That doesn't matter. Like, who cares if they won a couple maps?
Well,
bro, you could say the same. You could say the same thing about like if the maps were reversed in the Optic series and Optic gets fucking 3-0'd, they get 3-0'd. Like, are you going to say Optic is really not a top whatever team?
You're only giving them credit because they were able to win maps. Like, who cares?
All right, well, Chris, hold on 1 second.
Don't give this team credit.
Pat, Chris, chill.
Asim, that doesn't do anything.
We've been going in circles. All right, let's just move on to the next one. All right, we go into a Berlin control. And again, now we're the series, right? LAG, they come out hot. They go up 2-0 in the series. Really good plays out of them. I feel like now they have to close it out. I definitely think the vetoes and what Ali was talking about the next 3 maps was definitely a thing. Ultra, they came out and they took care of business. It wasn't until the 2-1 round we get into the control. It was all defensive wins. Nobody could win an offense until the 2-1. This is kind of where Toronto were able to clutch up. Kind of see how they were able to do it. I want to go into this listening to hear how they were common, and let's tune in. Let's tune in with the Ultra boys and see what's going on.
Close door. Look at front door push on there. Point now. I'm stunned. They're gonna hit him out here. I spawned red. I spawned in one more. Spot in long.
I can try to get fire here, maybe.
Front door's good. Listen, we can make it long. Play secret, okay? Yeah, just throw a ticket. Come P5, dead. Nice. I'm gonna hit secret. Fuck it. I don't think anything's pushed out here.
I've been fire, by the way. I'll try to get.
One's on point as well. Wait. Secret, one. Wait, secret stairs. One's gonna be close, Campbell, the way he was playing it.
I stunned 2 secret, I think.
Yeah, someone close. Pretty low fire on you. Close stairs.
Bro, these comms are insane, dude.
Bro.
Go secret now, bro.
I'm gonna go P5, Ben. Play secret. Yeah, P5 on me. He's long, Ben. Hitting in P5.
Yeah.
Wait, one mid, one secret, in secret.
You don't need comms that are crazy, bro. You don't.
Let me see our green box. Ticket. On me, Ala. We gone secret, bro.
We go, man.
Secret, you. Do me street.
On one mid
as well.
Sparks mid, P5, hold mid. Still P5 is gonna be long, bro.
Listen.
They're looking for Spark.
Yeah, easy. He's pinched me. Spark, he's green box. Green box.
Dead here. One shot.
Too many pit.
One shot outer.
Listen, we just need one tick and we get defense, okay? Just remember that. We can go right.
Be in fire.
Sparks
outer.
in the corner here. I can just wait in the corner front.
He might be long.
Yeah, he is long. I'm in docks for now. I'm all the way deep crane.
Flash one back to secret steps.
Okay, yeah.
He's deep right train.
Okay, bro, I'm going to mute it there. This is a very long listening. Bro, these comms are like, it's like ASMR in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like they never, but in a way, bro, it works for them, right? Me personally, I'm like, I feel like you need a little bit more energy, you know? Like I feel like at the major, they probably had more energy with the crowd. I feel like that's maybe helped them. I mean, I really don't know. I could go back and try and listen to some Toronto Ultimate listenings during the major. But I mean, what do you guys think about those comms? They don't calm like any other team. Chris, I know you love it. I know you love that shit.
Smoking these guys with no energy, bro. Literally smoking these guys with no energy. Come on, man.
Honestly, bro, I love comms like that. Like if I had to choose between comms, I'm like, honestly, just this is the way they comm though. It's always been like one of those things where it's like these guys trust each other like to a different degree than anybody else, because like everybody else in COD is like always so like reassuring in their comms. It's like I got this for you, I got this, like you got that, I'm going here, you're coming here. Like it's so like reassuring. These guys just like know, bro. It's like they just know how each other likes to play, how they trust each other to like a really high like degree.
Yep, and then we could kind of see how Toronto was able to win the offense and we're able to close this map out. They somehow were able to get into this point with 20 seconds left to go. You can see the life advantage is in favor of LAG, but it's Toby. It's the issue with a tissue, right? Back Kleenex. His name's Toby, right? Toby.
Yes.
The issue with a tissue. He's able to find 2 kills somehow. Gonna find 1. Slide cancels onto Hook. Boom. Big 2-piece. That's gonna get Toronto onto that site. Cammy's gonna hit through mid map. That's a clean 3 dead. Last one up's gonna be Neptune. They spot him, but Toronto's stacking his point. That's going up pretty quick, and I think inside more trades go down. It gets really, really mixy here. 4v4 situation. Slasher team kills Neptune by accident. Benjamin Bance is able to find 1. 4v2 situation. Last guy is Spar, and just like that, Toronto Ultra somehow are able to close it out on the offense. It started with Kleenex, Toby, finding 2 kills and able to get his team onto that site. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Got Bance 25 and 23, Cammy 27, 23. Inside Kleenex doing their thing, do what they got to do. Kleenex was negative, but you know what? He made the game-winning play. On the other side, everybody's pulling weight. Everybody's doing what they got to do. Gentlemen, any final thoughts on the control map before we head into the next one, the map number 4?
Bro, what is this person fucking spamming in my
I don't know, but mods, take care of it, please. Jesus Christ,
yeah, what's wrong with that though? What?
I didn't even read it. Any final thoughts, Chris, on the map? Any final thoughts at all? You too, Pat? Any final thoughts?
Toronto, well played offense. Yeah, good round.
Yeah, good job out of them. And then we get into the next one. This is a Tuscan hardpoint. LAG get off to a really good start, man. They're able to chain the first 3 hills together. They chain the P1, the P2, and they get some time here on the P3. If you're Ultra, you're like, oh shit, what the hell's going on with them? I'm thinking LAG is going to take this one and you know, take the series 3-1. But it was Toronto Ultra on the second rotation that was able to bring things back. It started with the second P4, LAG. You know, they're able to work a break and try and keep themselves into it, but this is where it kicks up for Ultra, man. They get into this Churchill. It's this P4. They're able to soak down some pretty good time. They're able to finally get about 50, 60 seconds on the board. Insight with the sub. Every time this guy was picking up an MP40 today, he was popping off. I'm a big Insight fan, man. I think this guy is really good. I think he's smart as fuck, and I think he's just talented. I think he's a really, really good player to have on your team. So huge shout out to Insight. I think he's an incredible player. They bring it all the way back with a full 60 hold on the P4. LAG just not able to work a break on that one. Then we go into this P5. This is kind of where LAG were able to hold on, get some time, and going into the second rotation of hardpoints, LAG was able to have a nice little 30-second cushion. But going into the second rotation, Ultra just kicked the fuck up, and I'll show you guys how they did it. But Pat, Chris, any thoughts on a Tuscan hardpoint? Anything that caught your eye? And I also want to give some credit to Benjamin Bance because I know he's double neg right now, but this guy makes plays, dude. This guy's impactful as fuck. He's always if you need somebody to take a route, if you need somebody to sneak, if you need somebody to pop a 2-piece randomly and when you a rotation or something shit, it's fucking Benjamin fucking Bance, baby. You know what that
sounds like to me?
Chris Crowder.
I was gonna say Asim, but yeah, that's a good one too.
Asim.
I was gonna say fucking somebody help Spart. Jesus, he was having himself a map. He got a glide bomb at the end. Had an opportunity to potentially, you know, make the comeback and win it, but the rest of the team was just slowed down drastically in the second half of the map. But Spart was fighting for his life to claw them back into like a super close game at the end.
No, I agree. I think Spart, he was trying to keep him in it. He's a good player too, Spart, on the AR. I personally would not put him on a sub. I would keep him on the AR.
Not as a main sub.
No, definitely not. But you can see here going into the second P2, right? Benjamin fucking Banks, baby. Popping the fucking 3-piece, and he keeps it going.
Slide?
No slide. Look, one by one by one. Look, there's one.
Hey, what?
There's the Illey. There's the Illey. No slide. Just Benjamin Bance doing what he does. It's what he does. And then he picks up the AR.
That's your team, Chris.
Then watch this. Then Chris, watch this, right? Watch this.
It's not my team, bro.
Chris,
what do you mean?
Watch this, man. Hoop tries to push out. Boom. And then watch this. Boom. He backs up into the same spot. Same thing. Look. There's a slide you were looking for, but it doesn't matter when it comes to Benjamin Banks, ladies and gentlemen.
Pat should have said Asim would have slid or would have slid.
Well, for sure he would have. He would have been calling out, yo, bait me.
No, he would have. He does that. That's what Asim does. No, they don't. They don't have it. They don't. And Asim, he took initiative too. He was one of those players that tried to get shit going, especially in the comms. Yeah, he had a lot of good comms. He's a good teammate to have on your team. I know he's my friend, but it's true. Then we got Banks.
Austin is sliding for Neptune. Come on, man.
Bro, he might, bro. Austin might get, maybe Austin's got like a little gas pedal on him now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's gonna kick up into another gear and shit. You know? What do you think?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, I think also is gross, but nah, not to that extent.
Okay, no problem. Let's get into this next hill. This is kind of where LAG, they're storming through the front. They end up working a pretty good break, but again, we just go into those P4s, and this is where Ultra, again, just able to lock down some pretty solid time. They are very good at this hill in particular. Every time Ultra's on a P4 on Tuscan, I would love to see stats for this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel like every time we're seeing Ultra, they're locking up a lot of time on this P4 hill. They're good at breaking it, and they're good at holding it. LAG, they get in.
So mixy inside.
Yeah, I mean, LAG do a good job here. It was just the first P4. They got a full 60, even get the last 10 on it. They pretty much, it's a pretty close game. This one goes all the way down to the last P1. Get into the P5. This is where LAG were able to hold on a little bit. It was a pretty back and forth hill. We know these P5 hills, how fucking dumb they can be. Just a lot of trade heavy. It's getting to the end of the game now. Very close game. You can see Ultra, they're 4 points away from winning. LAG are able to steamroll through this P5. Lock down the rest of his time, and Spart was making plays right here, man. I love how he's cutting off top fire. He's gonna find one in the middle of the map. That's 2 dead. This is where LAG need to close this out, man. You have 2 dead and rotation the next. Listen, I like the streak as well. He calls it in. Yep,
how the fuck do they not break this?
That's what I'm saying. They stayed still. Like, look at this.
Because they lost their initiator.
They lost their initiator. Look at this. Look at this. Boom. Hook gets 1. Spark gets 2. Right. Instantly, I feel like number 8. Or number 7, somebody. Number 7 has the streak. But even off the streak, they need to start making plays. Hit the site. Number 5, hit church. Hit through church.
8, what is 8 doing?
8 standing
Austin
around.
Backed up to spawn.
Austin backed up.
Damn.
Number 5 is not moving at all. And number 6 is on old. And arguably, you could even get off of old. Get off that last 2-3 seconds of old. Just get off. You know what I'm saying? I think number 4 was waiting for it, maybe trying to sneak in the rest of the time, which he did. He almost did. But you know, good play out of Kleenex. Whoever who snuck on the last sec to get those last 3 seconds, bro. Who was it? Number 4. Good plays coming out of Kleenex. He gets that last second or 2.
If I was Austin, I would have. Well, if I would have had Spart streak, and then like depending on where the guy he calls out, just hit him and try.
There's no go button. Listen, you got 2 dead on rotation. Why aren't you guys hitting the point? Just hit something. Jump out of top church. Hit you. Call in the streak. Get the info. Like, get control. Get on those head glitches and win that fucking game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fucking do. They got the kills. Didn't make use of it. They stood around. It took too long for them to make a play. And it ended up hurting them. Toronto, they get there.
They lost the map because
yeah, I mean, they lost the map. I mean, even after they get 2 kills too, like Toronto's probably waltzing into that next hill. Like, what the fuck? Like, we're chilling. Like, look, we're fucking good. Look, number 2 walks up after dying. He just got 2-piece mid-map. Number 2's in the hill now, and he stays alive from the streak. They don't even go after him.
Kill this guy, and then the guy at top church loses the 1v1, and then
it's over. It's over. Bro, the Toronto wins in 1 second. Even if you don't want to run out and die, you have to. They're about to win the game. Like, you have to get towards the point. So it just felt like LAG just like let up there. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Kind of pissed me off a little bit when I watched it. But look at the final scoreboard. Everybody from Toronto, negative. Everybody from Toronto is negative. Everybody except for Cammy, who's only positive 1.
Typical. That's a typical win.
Hey, you gotta think maybe they're not making use of their kills.
They're not.
They're definitely not.
I mean, dude, just look at this roster. I don't see that much selflessness on this LAG team now at all. Like, yeah, I see a bunch of slayers, but there's really not any selflessness, right? Like.
But no, they have players that I feel like could be that. Like, I think Hook and Neptune could be unselfish, but it's really hard to get into that mindset. Like, it's hard to be a player like that, man. That's why I always give players like that a lot of credit. That's why I love Benjamin Bance. That's why I love Asum. That's why I like people who just do all that shit. That's why I loved teaming with Crowder back in the day. Right, like every time people used to say, "Why don't you drop Crowder, this and that?" Because his numbers weren't crazy. Because I'm like, dude, he's the easiest player to play with. Karma, Damon, another one. How many times?
Are gonna get gritty, man.
How many times did Optic fans call for Damon to be dropped when he was on a dynasty? When he was on a dynasty, and when that was a roster, every time they lost, Damon was like a scapegoat all the time. He always was. Damon. They always scapegoating Karma because his stats weren't always the best. Damon was everything to that team. Everything. You needed Damon, and not having Damon, it hurts. Damon's one of those players that you just know, he, like you said, he's gonna get gritty. He's gonna make plays. Yeah. You know, and it's players like that are hard to come by. People want to talk about Asim and friends and this and that, but I didn't know Asim when I picked him up. I picked him up because of that. I said, this guy's unselfish, he's fat, I like him. I want to team with this guy. And boom, I ended up becoming friends with him in the long run. He's a good player. You know, it's one of those things, you can't let people like that go, man. But
man, there's people that can make selfish plays, and there's people that don't have to think about them before they do it, and that's like the difference maker.
Now listen, man, if there's somebody like that who's dropping 0.6s every map, 0.7s, 0.6s every single time, and you're the only one getting shit on, it's a lot different. The whole team's getting shit on. But if you're the solo dolo getting shit on every map, but you're doing the unselfish shit, then okay, then you got to get rid of this guy. You know, he's costing. But, you know, it's not always the case. That's not always the case, man. And I feel like, you know, for some of these teams, they don't have that mentality. They have a different mentality, which, you know, floats the boat, whatever they want to do with it. But let's get into the last map, the S&D. This is kind of where things turn around. It's a 2v3 for Toronto Ultra that they were able to clutch up, right? We're tied up at 3. It starts with Benjamin Bance. He's the one who makes the play through fire, was able to work a kill. But now it's a 2v3 situation. LAG have to regroup and retake this bomb site. But look how Benjamin Bance and Mr. Jamie Insight are able to win this round.
Can you back it up real quick?
Yeah, no problem.
It's something small, but what the fuck is Hugh running on his auto, bro?
He's running the M3 ready grip.
Why? I feel like didn't Austin already do this experiment and he got absolutely fucking tucked and then he switched and then he fried and like no other player runs the ready grip.
Hook was probably using it in practice and playing fine.
But this is like a small thing that's so irrelevant, but it just blows my mind when 99% of players all run the best attachment on the best gun, and then there's that one person that just runs like the weird build loadout.
Yeah.
It made, dude, Teep used to do it.
What the fuck was that play, by the way?
And then why isn't Spart head glitching the bomb? Why is nobody head glitching bomb and just looking over to get the trade? Spart runs out. He's in
alive. Insight isn't pinching. Like,
no, he's holding. You know,
you the stairs.
You just came. You just controlled mid map and your back spawn. They just came from that area. Look, they came from back spawn. They're shimmying mid. They know nobody's there. Nobody's pinching. Nobody's flanking. They get all the information. They see where the bomb's planted for. Hookie, they even shoot. Insight shoots his gun. They know he's here. They made an interesting play. Nobody got in the head glitch. They kind of, I think maybe Spart tried the body block maybe, but really good plays coming out of the Ultra. That was a big round right there. And then going into the 4-3 round, this is Insight able to find a first blow with the snipe. Boom, slasher. Maybe trying to look at the cross. Maybe trying to chow. But Insight just takes him down with the snipe. That's a really good. He's the GOAT, man. This guy's he's really good. I feel like he's such a good player to have on your team, man.
That's a weird angle to look for too.
Yeah,
that's pretty common.
Pretty common. People stand on those boxes a lot. People stand on there.
Most people like would snipe the roof though. He like instantly went for that. No.
Yeah, I think he might know that Slasher does it. Maybe a little VOD review. Maybe Slasher's done in the past. Goes to the box a lot to go look at the cross. Maybe Insight's like, yup, he goes to this box. I'm gonna pick this guy. Yeah, that's where VOD review comes in too. And then Insight, he's kind of stuck in the back here. But Ultra, we're still able to retake this site. It's a 4v3 situation in favor of Ultra because Insight was able to work that first blood with that sniper. Cammy's going to find Hook in the middle of the map, which was an MP40, by the way. Cam, he flanks him I thought he got shot from cross map for a second.
Shouldn't even be here though. Like they're just making dumb plays. Like get the bomb. Like they should have got the bomb down, and Hook should have been in the back of the spawn, literally just chilling or like playing around the stairs. Like it's just so much unnecessary shit that will just lose you games that people do.
That's what Lamar would do. That's the Lamar special. Sit in the back of the spawn. Nobody can pinch. Nobody can go through mid. He can see everything. He can literally see the whole map.
They are probably the best Berlin S&D team, and Lamar actually is in spawn on every one of their offensive rounds. Like no bullshit. Like people.
But I think now that that's kind of exposed on what they do, that's kind of not gonna bite them in the ass, but teams are gonna play against or like.
I mean, he might adjust his positions based on that, but this one. I mean, this is out of touch with just the series, but that's something that Lamar's always good at. He doesn't do anything extra. He just does what's necessary.
He's super disciplined.
That's all you need sometimes, bro. You don't gotta do the extra.
No, it's true. He's super disciplined, and if you put the right people around him,
lower your voice.
it just makes. He said lower your voice. He's super disciplined, and it helps his teammates make the right play. It's if you put a lot of talent around them, it's just going to be easier for them. It's going to be easier for those talented people to do what they do because they always have somebody that's disciplined doing shit like that.
You just don't need to do that much, man. It's just it bites people in the ass.
And then this is just a clinical round from Ultra. Like right here, bro. This is a round. This is the Ultra special. Look, they slow play it. bread and butter. They use the numbers here, 2v1. They first of all, they break ankles. They show towards B. They spread the map. They have LAG guessing right now. LAG doesn't know where they're going because they keep showing at so many different places. They spread the map. And then they 2v1 the one guy in sight. They got the info with that missile. They end up solo doloing this guy. Bance is going to get the one. Then watch this. Bance instantly going to get that bomb down. Not going to delay. Not going to wait till there's fucking 10 seconds left to try and plant it. He's just going to plant that shit. Get it down. Back on in. And then look at this, man. Clinical from Toronto, man. You're going to hold their lanes. They hold their crossfires. LAG can't do anything here, man. They can't.
There's something about this map that irritates me, and I think I don't remember which team does it really well. It might even be Seattle, man. Like I think these guys are really good at this map, but like when people just sit back on this bomb site and don't do anything on their defensive rounds, it irritates me because B is one of those sites where you can kind of just sit back and watch crosses and stuff like that and play for like, you know, for them to actually be committed to the bomb. Yeah. But when people just sit in corners in this fucking bomb site without information. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, Neptune, like, you
gotta
just
challenge
gotta
it.
throw your life
Yeah, you gotta
away,
challenge
bro.
it. Yeah, he's gotta challenge it. He's gotta
You
jump at him.
have to either two options: you get the kill or you die, bro.
Yeah,
There's no other way to win
he's
the
gotta
round.
jump at him there. He has to.
In my opinion, unless you're stacking B for whatever reason on this map on defense, if your intention should be to come to this bomb site and like get information and like almost not like necessarily push out of the train station, but like get information and clear the train station of any players. That way, at one point, you can almost leave one player there. If you were to get control of like the train station and make sure that nobody's, you know, in there, you can have one guy head glitch the big window that people like to crack open and watch the entire cross to the back of the back side of the train station and then dictate your players towards B. When you just sit there and sit in fucking corners in the bomb site, you leave yourself susceptible to teams to work you. And just slowly get information. They slowly get information like, okay, there's no one here. Okay, they're probably playing tight setup here. We can work them. Like what? Like I don't know. I just hate when people just sit in corners in that bomb site. You give yourself no information to win the map.
Yeah, Neptune had a good map though. 8-7, only one positive for the LAG. On the other side, it was Insight and Bance with breadsticks. 11-6 for Insight. Not breadsticks, excuse me. Well, I guess breadsticks. What do you call an 11 bomb? What do we used to call an 11 bomb back in the day? Breadsticks. One. A breadstick is one.
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks. That's what it was. Boom. The chopsticks. Yup. Got the chopsticks there. Boom. Bance with 11-5. Insight 11-6. Good plays. Cleaners can't be, negative, but what do they gotta do? The Cammy, Bance and Insight getting all the kills on the other side. Neptune doing his thing. Which I actually thought Neptune, or whatever. I know we were critiquing that last play by him, but I thought he looked better today compared to what he was doing on New York. And I know in Challenge he's been doing his thing, so we'll see how that keeps going.
This just really reminds me of that one series that Neptune played when Clay got dropped. You remember that? That like first series back when they dropped Clay and kept Nep, and I think added Paul. Does that sound right? Yeah. And they had a series where they had a bow cage hardpoint in it, and he like went off on that map, and then that went away, and then they ended up making the second change.
Yeah, we could take a look at the standings right now after today. It's Minnesota, LA Thieves, and LAG. They're all kind of sitting around that 8th spot. Boston Breach and Toronto have a little bit of a cushion, very little, only a 15-point cushion, but that's a 2 series, right? 2 series cushion basically for the Boston Breach. But LAG, they're gonna have to start winning series, man, because LA Thieves and Rocker are right there. 10. You get 10 points for a dub.
Okay.
So it's a 2 series, right? 15 points, 2 series
on your major.
Right, and if you do really good at the majors, for winning you get 65, and then I think it's like 55, 45. I forget the breakdown, but it's something like that.
I mean, just looking at these standings, like I see the top 5 most likely making it for sure. Breach, high possibility. I think Rocker will have another good online stage, so I'm probably gonna say they're gonna be in that top 6 range as well. Thieves, probably a solid stage, but I think they could do better on land. And then I think Gorillas, that we looked at their schedule, they have a super fucking hard schedule, and then assume they start in losers. Like if they lose one, they're done. Like there's no way they make it after that. So
yeah, I mean, listen, man, New York is they got to start. That was a big W for them against Florida. They needed that shit. They needed that.
But they literally have to be perfect.
So yeah, they have to be perfect, and they need Thieves, Rocker, and Mutineers to just keep losing. They need these guys to lose.
How many more matches do they have this split? Is it 4 or 5 matches?
I think they have 4
split?
more, but I'm not sure.
4-0, 5-0. It's
I think they could potentially go 5.
Doesn't even matter.
God,
it's literally
dude.
the event. Like, they have to win the online shit, but also get like.
But the thing is, though,
It all matters for them. This all it just matters.
That's what I'm saying. For them, they have to like the online shit is like 5-0 or they're out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They have to like win out almost to be like in striking distance, basically.
Exactly. They have to win out and they need to rely on people to lose. So not a good situation for the New York Subliners, but they play again tomorrow.
Like if LA Thieves win one game this major and New York go 5-0, then they're tied for 8th. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's not even like a 5-0 stage puts them in contention. They're still in like 9th place.
But it's possible, Pat. It's possible.
Did you see what Donnie said?
Nah, what did he say? What did he say?
He was like laughing. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna ruin some teams' hopes."
Yeah.
Who do they play? I know.
Donnie's gonna start breaking
they
GAs
play every
and
team
shit.
in contention. I swear somebody said they only play one team in contention.
I can see Donnie just coming out, breaking GAs, pulling out fucking LMGs and shit, doing some stupid shit.
They play Thieves, Florida, and Rocker. So those three teams are all in contention.
This guy said, bro, they got 20 points. No, they aren't. Damn, bro. Bears catching strays. But let's get into tomorrow, right? 3 p.m. Eastern, we're kicking things off with Toronto Ultra going up against London, the London Royal Ravens. That's always a good one. The Battle of the UK. I know. Toronto's on the UK. I know. It's just the players on the team, right? They're all from the... Not all of them, but you guys know what I'm saying. Whatever. The fucking Euros. How would you guys describe them, bro?
International.
Good way. You know what? I like that. The Battle of the International. Yup. Ultra going up against London. Then we got New York versus LAG. That's going to be a big one too, right? Because again, New York, they need the teams above them to lose, and this is another team in New York's way.
Massive one, actually.
Massive. Bro, think about it. If New York win this, they have 90 points, and LAG's in 7th with 125. Like New York is right there. Like bro, they're not that far. Like they're really not. Like they could do this, especially if they can keep it close enough, just close enough to where they can go to the major, show out, and get themselves into that top 8. They can do this, bro. I'm telling you.
These matches, all 3 of the second half of the matches are super important.
Yeah,
every single team.
Bro.
Yeah, all these teams need to win.
And then we got Optic Texas going up against the Minnesota Rocker, another team who needs to win. Rocker, they're trying to secure that top 8. They have to win this tomorrow. They have to beat Optic tomorrow. These are big matches, big. And we got LA Thieves going up against the Boston Breach. No idea what's gonna happen. Another big one. LA Thieves. They're trying to get there. They got fucking Florida. They got New York right behind them. They got all these teams that are trying to chase their tails. So these matches are big. And then that's also a bounty match. So $10,000 is gonna be on the line. LA Thieves versus Boston. What was the bounty match today? The New York one, right? New York was. Oh, congratulations to New York. They won the bounty match today. They won what? It's $10,000.
Yep.
So you split that between 4?
Yeah, $2,500 each.
$2,500 each after taxes. $1,500. Boom, $1,500 each.
Not much, but yeah.
You think so? $1,600, $1,700.
They're in Texas, no state income tax.
Oh, true. Okay, not a bad little day for Bounty Week for the New York boys. So congratulations to them, and yeah, just like that, man. That's gonna do. You guys want to do some predictions real quick? I got Ultra, New York, Minnesota, because they need that W. I think they're gonna come out firing. And then I'll go. What should I do here? LA Thieves or the Boston Breach? What the fuck is gonna go on tomorrow? I'll go LA Thieves. I'll go LA Thieves tomorrow. What do you guys got?
All right, I'm going with Ultra, New York. Optic.
Whoa! You're going against your team?
They're not my team, man.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro.
I got Ultra, New York. Optic. It depends if Shotzi's gonna play well, because I think they. I just feel like
regardless of Optic, I just feel like Minnesota, like they're just gonna, they need, like, bro, Optic's at the top of the standings. Like Minnesota, they're like dude, they're coming out fucking hard as fuck tomorrow. You know, they're coming out swinging. I mean, I'm sure Optic is too, but you know what I mean.
I mean, this is still a big stage for Optic, just in terms of their, like, not legacy, but like their like situation for Cold War, or not Cold War, for this game. Like they've just had really shitty stages. They got to come back firing because people are starting to doubt them. Like,
yeah, you want to see them come out and take care of business. Or else they're starting off, if they lose tomorrow, they're 0-2. You know, they start off 0-2, and it's just not looking good.
I
feel bad for them though. I feel bad for them though, because they're going through bro. They brought in their back, then he goes back, then they got to call Pro. He's in New Jersey. He's got to come back. Like, they're just in a funk, dude. Like, it's just like, you know, and it's like, yeah, it sucks to deal with, and it's not an excuse. Like, bro, everything, bro, I went through it, right, and nobody even talked about it. When I had my injury, people, like, bro, I would get shit on, be like, this guy sucks. I was like, well, I just had surgery 2 days ago. Nobody's even fucking talking about this shit. So it's like, you know, shit like that, right? At least like with Optic, bro, like they have Pro Loot. He's a good player. They're gonna have to try and figure it out. Like they're gonna have to try and get into that mental quick, but they are going through it right now, and you know it's not an easy thing to go through, and especially for Ender, man. I just knowing that I've been there with the hand injury, I know where Ender's mental is at. I know where his head is at. I know what he's thinking because I was there, right? So you know, I just feel for him. I just feel for the kid, and I wish him the best of luck. I hope everything's okay. I want him to keep resting. Dude, I can care less about fucking Vanguard, bro. Get your fucking hand fixed so you can come back in MW2 and show everybody what you're doing if you want to take all that time off and get your hand healed. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. But at the end of the day, if you can get better and get back for champs, I mean, listen, I definitely would get Illey back in there whenever he can. But I just don't want them to rush it. You know, I want them to do it the right
Boston
way.
last series, and that's my predictions.
You got Boston? All right, who do you got, Pat?
I got Ultra New York Rocker Thieves.
Ultra New York Rocker Thieves. So you do what I did. You
Yes,
same as me, Pat. All right, we
Same
know
wavelength.
Yeah, all right, we're on the same wavelength right now. I like that. All right, gentlemen. Well, listen, man, that's gonna do it for today. Pat, Chris, I don't know if you guys noticed, but 69% of people do not subscribe. Of viewers do not subscribe on YouTube. Can you believe that? 69.
I think we keep it like that.
I think it's somewhere in the 60s. I think Valis told me 60 something. I forget what it was, but it was in the 60s. But 60 something % of viewers are not subscribed, so make sure to hit that sub button, man. All right, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on, and go follow The Flank on Twitter. Gershie's doing a phenomenal job running socials. It's always a pleasure. As always, guys, take care, brush your hair. Thank you guys so much for fucking watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of The Flank, man. Peace out.
Deuces.